For the fourth time in the last 5 seasons, cross-county foes Ontario and Lexington will clash to decide who will advance to the round of regionals as Division II district champions. It's the backyard rivalry playoff style to kick off Halloween weekend. And we've got lots of treats on the way, streaming live and free right into the palm of your hands. And it's all on the way. Next.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today? Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why
not
not
both?
Pigskin. Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Maybe the best boys soccer rivalry in all of North Central Ohio takes center stage tonight with Ontario and Lexington meeting yet again with a shot at regionals on the line. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Charter Next Gen pregame alongside Jesse Ryder. My name is Brian Skoronsky, and the matchup that I think we all anticipated is here again, Jesse. Ontario versus Lex to decide a district champion for area soccer. This is the gravy on the biscuits, my friend. It's a delicious matchup. I love it.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, this is the game you kind of expect to see and you get excited to see. You know, obviously, they opened up against each other, and I believe a 0-0 tie. And
it was.
We can guarantee it is not going to end that way tonight. So it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Great matchup. Two even teams played a great schedule, had great results. I think both teams won the conference with separate conferences, so it's going to be a terrific matchup here tonight.
Yeah, you're right. The winners of the OCC and the MOAC, and both teams have been dominant in stretches this season. Each might be playing their best soccer at the right time, too. I spoke with Warriors coach Chris McClenathan about that and a few other topics just a few moments ago. Joined now by Chris McClenathan, head coach of the Warriors, team that's been really clicking on all cylinders lately. You've won 8 of 9, Coach. What do you like about the team right now and kind of the momentum that you're bringing into tonight?
Oh, I like the camaraderie, the teamwork. We're moving the ball really well offensively. Defensively, we're coming around pretty well. So overall, things coming together right at the right time.
Offensively, you got a lot of kids that can get involved in the mix, but Gage Weaver, what a standout he's been so far this season. How big a part of the offensive attack do you expect him to be against Lex tonight?
I mean, he's going to have to be a big part of it. He's going to have to be a key member of the offense. I mean, I know they're going to try to take him out of the game. They did a pretty good job of that the first round, but, things changed. We've gotten better. He's learned a lot from that. So he's going to have to be a key member.
Yeah, in round 1, you guys both took everything away from everybody. It seemed like 0-0 tie. What can you draw from that film, given that it was 2 months ago, and obviously these teams have grown a lot since?
Probably not a whole lot. Obviously, they've their identity is their defense. They're a very good defensive team, but they've found some offense here the last few weeks as well. So I don't know that you can really take a whole lot out of it from either team. We've made some changes as well. So,
make my job easy. Me and Jesse Ryder always do keys to the game. What's it going to be for you and your guys, Coach?
Defense.
Defense wins those championships, right?
That's right. Defense, cleaning it up, communication, and that's going to be the key for us tonight.
All right. Appreciate it, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
So there is the Ontario perspective, and on the other side of the pitch, opposing coach Peter Tim. A little brash, some may even say bold, but he's back in the district title match yet again. He explained how cool it is being back here again this season to me just a couple of minutes ago. Head coach of the Minutemen, Peter Tim, joining me now. And, man, you guys have been smoking your way through the tournament. I believe you're riding a 12-match unbeaten streak. It seems like this team's been getting better week to week. Break it down for me. Why has that been the case?
Our schedule was so front-loaded. It was so difficult in the beginning. And, we just kept learning every night, trying to figure out, how to put the pieces together, how to put the puzzle together. And the boys have just responded very well. We got a good senior core group, and they're just kind of leading the charge. And they just refuse to lose. They want to get after it. And, we're playing for games like tonight. So.
Yeah, 8th straight year that you've actually been here in the district championship. How proud does that make you, the fact that, it's different groups year to year, and you keep getting the job done?
As a coach, it means everything. You want to build your legacy for this program. This program needs to have its own legacy, and the kids are doing that on their own. And, we just want to put ourselves in the conversation as one of the top D2 programs in the state of Ohio. And, the boys every year, they respond to that. And, to show up every year, 8 years in a row, it's been phenomenal. It's a great run, and, hopefully it doesn't end tonight.
On paper, this might be the most dominant team that you've had to date, Pete. What about this squad makes them so dangerous, not only offensively, where you're one of the best scoring teams, but defensively, you guys are a real juggernaut?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing for this squad is that, there was no expectation. We graduated so much talent. We graduated so many great individual players. And, right now we just have a solid, great group of team, great core, and, they play together very well. And, if you asked me a month ago where we'd be, I don't know if I'd say we'd be right here right now. And the boys are just playing phenomenal and trying to get after it, ready to go.
What do you think's the key for you guys moving on, getting to the regionals again?
We got to put the ball in the back of the net tonight. A 0-0 tie at the beginning of the season. Chris and I joked earlier, didn't really do anything for either of us. And, but that's why you play the game. You got to figure it out. You got to grow. You got to get better. So, we got to score a couple goals tonight, and we got to defend and just get after it.
All right. Best of luck to you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Interesting nugget there, Jesse. McClenathan says that defense is the key tonight. Tem says that offense is the key tonight. Now, here are our keys to success, and these are a surprise to you. We're going to unveil them, and you tell us what you think. Our producer, Adam, came up with these topics. Check it out. Break it down.
Yeah, I think the first one's absolutely right. This is a new game. So any result you had this year, last year, any of the success you had does not matter tonight. It's the game starts 0-0, the record starts 0-0. No one really cares about any previous success or previous records or anything else. outside the start of the game tonight. So and then you got to trust your teammates a little bit. You got to be out there. You know, each team kind of talked about probably a little bit of their weakness. Lexington, a super solid defense, has struggled to score goals consistently at times. Ontario, quite the opposite, super solid offense. We saw them a little suspect against the Clear Fork attack the other night. So you really got to kind of trust your team, that your team is going to come out and play at a high level, and that everyone's going to be kind of just competing and cooperating together to get the maximum ability out of your team. And then play up to the moment, absolutely. There is probably not a bigger game in the area than right now. These are the two local teams, the premier local teams. You've got to love this moment, enjoy this moment, but all in the midst of that, you've got to come out and win a soccer game in the middle of it.
That's a good point, Jesse. These two big rivals, of course, they meet to kick off the season. Friday night football, and how long ago that seems, in particular for these two teams. 0-0 they drew in that one. Ontario exploded offensively since then. And Lexington too, Jesse. Some of the competition for Lexington, in particularly in the tournament, has allowed them to get off for some big scoring games, like against Columbian, 15 goals in a shutout. Clyde, 13 goals in a shutout. But they also put up 5.77 goals per contest, so I'm anticipating we're going to see a little bit more firepower tonight than we did to kick off the regular season.
Yeah, I think you're right, because you look at the regular season, like the first 3 games for Lexington, I believe they tied 0-0, 0-0, 0-0. I think those were the first 3 results, and it's interesting. I had a chance to talk to Coach Tim earlier in the year. We talked about that. It's one of those, ties are an interesting thing. There's moments where you realize, man, we could have won that game if we just, finished this chance there. There's moments where we realize, man, we could have lost that game if we just give up 1 goal here. So
sure,
it's an interesting feeling, especially when you start 0-3. But they played some solid competition to start the year. Obviously, Ontario's been great. Ashland, and they're playing some top quality competition. And they didn't lose, but they didn't win. But they're right there. You know they belong. And so both teams throughout the, I love what these guys do. They want to be the best. In order to be the best, they know they got to put the best teams on the field to match up against. So Saul Howland, Saul Bay, Revere, so many of the top teams that these two teams have competed against throughout the year for this moment, to be able to be to compete against the local rival, the other top team in the area. You've prepared for this moment.
These are the starting lineups out there on the field, and we already mentioned there in our pregame talking points the keys to the game, Gage Weaver, and what a weapon he has been. So dynamic and really bursting on the scene kind of out of nowhere last year, Jesse. He was the starting goalkeeper for, I want to say, like the first 7 or 8 matches for the Warriors, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, come out, let's see what you can do on the field. He had a couple of goals right away. He had a couple of goals in the next game, and he's just continued to churn out offensive production since then, and 35 goals leads the area. He's kind of a special talent.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he obviously is a super athletic player. I mean, because he was a top quality goalkeeper as well, and so got to credit the coaches a little bit there to be able to make that decision when you have a quality goalkeeper, and then to realize, this guy, he's got some talent on the field as well. Not only is it some talent, this guy knows how to score goals, and so great coaching decision to pull him out of there, to put him on the field, and Abdelaziz has done well in the box. So I mean, it kind of probably made that an easier transition when your guy is scoring goals and the guy you put in goal is doing a great job as well. So I think that's a great move. I mean, you look at putting a keeper to become your leading scorer is not really that common. I'm trying to think of other instances I might have heard of that around here, but when you remove a starting keeper and then within a year, within 12 months, he is the top goal scorer for the team by far. Not even just a little bit, by far the top goal scorer. Really impressive.
Could not agree more. And for Lexington, they've kind of had their own kid, similar fashion, in Gage Potter, kind of explode offensively this year. He's got 26 goals. What he does a little bit differently than Gage, he gets others involved in the offensive attack. 18 assists. Both of those lead the team. So each of these squads, they have a top weapon and threat that they know they can rely on for consistent offensive output. I bet both those guys are going to be key contributors tonight, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting that there's a lot of quality players on the field named Gage tonight. You look at Gage Weaver, Gage Johnson for Ontario has had a great game against Clear Fork the other night. Gage Potter for Lexington. I mean, it's just kind of a unique name, and then just all of a sudden all these players, if you're really good, your name is Gage. So kind of a fun setting tonight. I can remember last year at this time, this game, we were here at this field, and we saw Ontario score first.
Yep.
And then watched Lexington struggle to score for about the next 60, 65 minutes, and then eventually got the goal they needed to advance on. But it was a great game. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Caught everybody by surprise. I think last year Lexington was kind of the favorite for that. Yeah, some really talented players, and Ryan Parker, Teddy Tagliati, and everyone just kind of expected Lexington to not cruise through, but certainly to win. And Ontario just kind of struck first and made that game that much more fun. So we'll see how this game starts tonight, kind of opens the game up a little bit, but it's going to be a great one.
And I think it's interesting. Peter Tem said about this team that he felt like they played with no pressure, in particular at the beginning of the season, didn't feel like they had high expectations, and they've sort of evolved into another dominant force. So he's felt like this team a little bit different from some of the previous seasons that he's had, where they were expected to do big things. But here they are again, back in the district title match.
Absolutely, it's interesting. It was similar to talking about the Madison girls program last night. The expectations were not very high for Madison this year after coming off the state championship last year. I think a lot of that was going to be true about Lexington. But the thing you have to remember is when you week in, week out, day in, day out, you're competing with top quality players like Madison did last year, Lexington did last year. You get that much better. It is a luxury and a benefit to train with top quality players. And so for Lexington, and even for Madison as well, they had top quality players wanting to play, but just not quite at that premier quality because the teams were so good last year.
And both these teams playing great right now. Lexington on a 12-match unbeaten streak. Ontario has won 8 of their last 9, and their only loss to Revere. Great program, 2-4. That was in their regular season finale. So outside of that, these guys have basically gone like the last month with just one loss between them. It's been some impressive soccer to watch, and both these teams blossoming, playing some of their best right now in tournament action. And something's got to give here tonight, as they're just a few seconds away from going toe-to-toe.
Yeah, and they know how to peak at the right time. I mean, they're ready to go. They're looking at the referee situation here. Oh, I see there's 5 referees tonight, so the teams are lined up on the other side. So they have a substitute referee who will signal for substitutes, 2 linesmen, and the center referee. I didn't catch the 5th one there, so trying to figure out the referee formation. But Lex is in attacking already. They've got the ball in the box.
Wow.
At his feet.
And Potter with a
shot,
my
a
goal!
Goodness. 17 seconds into the game. We talked about it last year. It was Ontario that struck first, struck fast. This year, Lexington, 17 seconds into the game. It's 1-0 Lexington.
How about the 2-man game up top? Back and forth it went. Depperschmidt setting up Gage Potter, who unloaded one right over the top of the keeper. What a start.
The game is going to certainly be fun now. What an interesting – I mean, we're 17 seconds into the game. There's still people not even into the gate yet here, waiting to get in down at the stadium. They're going to miss the first goal of the game. What a start.
I looked at Peter Tem. He just put his hands up on his head like, wow, it worked.
Those were the 2 key things we talked about, the defense of Ontario and the offense of Lexington. Certainly advantage offense Lexington there. Defenders for Ontario just kind of got caught setting there a little bit and not really breaking to the ball, and Lex comes away with it. Gage Johnson, I think, is down in the middle of the field right now. Referee's checking on him. There's a foul there as well. This game has already seen a little bit of everything. Got an injury, a hard foul, a goal, and we are not even a minute into the contest yet.
Yeah, definitely shaken up down there is Johnson.
Yeah, it appeared to be a clean tackle there. I'm not sure if it's leg or head. I think he's kind of holding his head, but I don't know if he's in pain. Just holding his head there, if he maybe took a shot to the head. Looks like the trainer maybe like massaging out his calf there, maybe a little bit of a cramp, or we got kicked a little bit there. Hard to tell in that quick bang-bang play, but what an incredible first minute of action we've had here.
Yeah, I'm still pretty blown away by that start, and we're going to have some awesome action coming up on Saturday. You talked about those Lady Rams maybe exceeding expectations. They're going to be taking on top-seeded Ontario. Madison versus Ontario for the district championship. 5 straight seasons that's been the case. One of these teams will move on to regionals on Saturday.
Yeah, not a good sign right now. It looks like they're just kind of carrying him off the field. He's put no pressure on that leg right now. Believe that is Gage Johnson that they're carrying off. He has not been able to put that foot down. He's using his right foot for balance, but left foot has just been kind of holding up there. So you hate to see that. In a game of this magnitude, of this level, you want your best players playing, and he is one of the best. So we hope he maybe just a little bit of a knock there and gets back in the game. But kind of a dream start for Lexington and a nightmare start for Ontario. It is going to be, now that we'll resume play, Lexington free kick just outside of midfield. Referee's kind of checking, make sure everybody's lined up and ready to go. And here we are, going to resume action. 39-11 on the clock. It is going to be a Lexington free kick just behind midfield. See if they look to play it long or play it short. It's a great ball. And Abdelaziz comes out, grabs it, goes to the ground just to make sure. Gets off his line well there. He's going to play it short to Ontario. They're going to try and keep possession here. This is where we found him to be a little suspect against Clear Fork the other night. Just not able to keep possession, and that is the example right there. They had the ball, no pressure, played it behind him, an unforced turnover, nearly a corner, but it's going to lead to a very dangerous Lexington throw and right in the corner of the field.
Send up Jacob Hathaway. See if he can chuck it into the box.
Ontario's going to man mark the throw. They got a guy right in front of him. Just kind of hopping a little bit. The ball's flicked, and again.
It's a dangerous ball, but Daniel's going to come away with it here for Ontario. Looking to lead to a counterattack as he plays a big ball through the middle. But it's going to be cleared here by Lex.
That's a great throw-in down there. You don't see a lot of that just low line drive, and Lex kind of knew it. It's a good skill there in the middle. And again, they've got numbers going forward. A little miscue, but they've kept it. Clever by Lexington. If he gets it wide, he's in. He tried to keep it himself. Ontario wins it. Now they're going to get out the other way.
Josh Young, big bump, no whistle.
Yeah, definitely got the ball and some contact as well. Josh Young looking for a foul. He definitely got the ball first. It just depends on the referee as if that's called. But Ontario throws it right to Lexington. Potter lost a little bit on his pressure. Ontario just looks to be a little flustered right now. Certainly that start kind of just changes everything for you a little bit. You got to battle back. You got to kind of overcome that just mentally even, let alone physically.
It certainly got to get you a little bit when you come out and see your opponent, particularly the way that they were able to score. It was just beautiful soccer. Headers back and forth. Great setup. Potter rips one into the back of the net. 17 seconds into the match, but Ontario looks like they're starting to ease their way in here, trying to get onto the attack and look for a great equalizer.
Yeah, Ontario is so skilled with the ball, so a lot of it's just going to be composure. Can they keep the ball, get into some dangerous areas to make some dangerous plays? Right now, I've struggled a little bit with that. Lexington's so good defensively. No call there. I thought it might have been a foul. Lexington, he definitely falls into him. Lex just going to put the ball in front of Potter, let him run onto it. We've seen Ontario struggle in this position here. They do keep possession there. A little bit of contact after the play. Intentional or not, I don't know, but certainly some bodies colliding.
And you're right, the Warriors at times struggled in that Clear Fork match in the semifinal to get it out of their defensive third. Saw there wasn't easy for him.
Lex has really done well just to kind of keep the ball, keep their head up a little bit. Nothing fancy. Let Potter have some space up front to run. You can see Ontario plays a high line right at midfield right now. And so Lex knows when they get it, there's a lot of space to play that ball into. And so Abdelaziz really got to be alert, come off his line, trying to kind of slow down that gap a little bit, but it is tough to do.
Lexington's got possession with the throw-in, coming up on the far side.
It's funny, I still see a steady flow of Lexington fans getting into their seats, not even sat down. Yeah, like, wait a second, we've already scored? We're just getting here. I suppose you'll take it if you're a Lexington fan, though. You're not going to argue too much about it.
Not the same case as a media member. I walked into a couple of matches like that, Jesse, trying to get the highlights, and it's like, oh, man, we already missed something great.
Yeah, it's one of those things you preach as a coach. You obviously want to start strong, and that can look a variety of ways if you have the kickoff or not have the kickoff. And you know, I remember matching up against Clear Fork teams. Clear Fork always just had this intensity for the first 10 minutes. Like you just couldn't even go forward. Just played the ball back, just try to keep it away from them. Good ball in.
Oh,
deflected away. It is going to be a corner kick. But just had this crazy intensity to start a match, and then usually after a while they'd kind of taper out a little bit. We would be all right, settle down, and keep the ball and have some fun. But sometimes teams can just start with this insane amount of energy, and that results in a variety of things. But for Lexington, came out with a goal.
Ontario had a good look there off of that set piece. Josh Young rifled it in the deflection off the post.
Yeah, Ontario's going to get chances still. I mean, they're a quality team that knows how to attack. So it's not like they're just going to never see the goal again. But it's going to come from the defensive effort there. That's a good ball forward. Depperschmidt's going to press onto him, jump that pass a little bit, but Abdelaziz handles it well.
Depperschmidt's got some sneaky quickness to him.
I remember Coach Tim telling me earlier, he's not blazingly fast, but he is just so shifty with how he runs. Just quick cuts, quick movements off the ball. It's so tough to defend when you get players who are just straight sprinters and just fast that way. But when you get players who are not only fast but just have that quickness and that cutting ability, really tough to defend.
Frank House ran into a double team, gives it up, so here comes Lexington, and Potter turns and he finds a couple of white jerseys. Ontario defends well. They win back possession.
Yeah, Lexington has looked to go forward just about every touch they've got. I mean, they're keeping the ball, but not really interested in playing it back. They know there's space in front of them, so trying to find that space with the right pass. They've had a couple opportunities there. Misplayed there defensively by Lexington.
So Ontario trying to go one-on-one up at the top. Didn't work out, but they'll have the throw-in. Minutemen just blast it out of play. Get it out of harm's way here momentarily. Looking over to the sideline, Gage Weaver still sitting, getting looked at. What a loss that would be if he's not able to return even for an extended period of time in this first half.
Yeah, I think I called him Gage Johnson earlier, but I think you're right. That is Gage Weaver that's over there. That's a tough break there. Even just minutes without him are going to be tough to navigate here as you're trying to press and get that goal back. And we talked earlier about just the ability that he has and the talent he has, so those minutes are going to be difficult to replace if he's not able to return.
He's the one big gun. Ontario's got nice pieces around him that can definitely make some nice one-on-one moves, get into space, work the ball. But as far as just punching it out, having a guy go make a play for you, number 16 is that for the Warriors. And with him sidelined, they're a much different-looking team.
I think he's readjusting his jersey now. I'm assuming looking to try and get back in at some point. I saw him maybe put an undershirt on just to stay warm. Still working with the trainer out there, so we'll keep you updated as best we can out there. But certainly as you watch him walk, it is not the normal kind of stride, if you will. He's getting some jogs in on the sideline. Ooh, I don't know if it's knee related. I watched him try and pivot there, and he could not turn. His jog is getting slower. This is tough to watch.
Yeah, it doesn't look favorable for him making a return here anytime soon.
And it's not that the season ends now for Ontario. He is obviously a big part of their success, but they're still a quality team that can score in a variety of ways. It's just going to be losing him up top. You got to figure out how you're going to score in a variety of ways now.
Fun battle in the midfield. Daniels takes it, and now to Young, little two-man game. Got Frank House on the wing instead, just trucking through right there.
They collided, hit heads pretty hard there. It's going to be a foul on Lexington. I thought Lexington stepped in and won the ball, but he did blow the whistle against Lexington, signaling for both trainers to come on. Looks like they definitely hit heads. They're both just trying to get the ball and step into it. But tough collision there in the middle of the field.
It's Lucas Starling who's down, requiring some medical attention. So we've had a couple big collisions already here in just the opening first 9 minutes.
A couple tough injuries already, and both guys going to be helped off. Lucas looks a little dazed there. He's trying to regain his composure a little bit. You see Coach Tim, they're kind of questioning how it is a foul in Lexington now. And I think I got to agree with Coach Tim on this one. I thought Lex touched the ball first. A collision followed. They hit heads. But the referee has blown the whistle against Lexington. So we'll be an Ontario free kick right at the football, right inside the football 30-yard line. It'll be interesting to see does he go for a shot here. Let's put the ball in the box. Lex, one of the better keepers in the area, in Weaver. So it'll be a big play here for Ontario.
It's going to be Josh Young looking at a two-man Lexington wall. And he's going to go for the shot attempt. It's going to sail way high.
Here we go. Gage Weaver is going to be checking back into the game now. I watched him kind of do those warm-up runs on the side, and his ability to cut and turn was certainly not 100%. So you hope he's okay and able to compete here Obviously, you know he's a competitor. He wants to be out there with his team and a chance to win this game, but at the same time, you hope he's, just cleared to play and all right to get back in there. Sometimes, tough young kids, it doesn't really matter to them. They're going to be out here. This is the game that matters for them, so they're going to be out here playing.
Warriors with some nice ball movement. Now Young to the outside. Last touch not there for Ontario.
Yeah, Fulmer had some space to go to and just missed at it. Allowed that. Those turnovers will prove to be crucial, especially when you're looking to get in that attack. And here's some space. He's going to be offsides.
But off the deflection. And
there's a lot of space in front of him.
Yeah,
he's going to be in.
It worked into the Minutemen favor, and certainly Depperschmidt.
It was a good recovery run by Ontario because he had a lot of space in front of him. If he gets a touch just towards the goal, it's going to require a difficult save. But the defender for Ontario really recovered nicely and prevented that shot from happening. It's a good cut on the outside, but plays the ball deep and out of bounds. Going to lead to a Lexington throw-in.
So neither team has had a great build here over the last 5 minutes or so. After fireworks exploded in the opening seconds, it's really sizzled out just a bit.
Lex patient in their clearance there. They weren't looking to play it away. All the strikers kind of back helping defending, so there's nothing really forward. One of those tough balls where you want to get it out of that area, but if you get it out of that area immediately, it goes right back to Ontario, which it does regardless. But Ontario's got some numbers wide here. See if they're able to keep possession, build from the attack. They've not been great at building from the back with their outside backs and the center back there, but they do win the ball back, and it's going to be an Ontario throw-in.
Carter Weaver's going to handle it. Got an open player right in front of him. Bulakovsky shifts it deep, looking for Gage Johnson up top.
Interesting game so far. I mean, opening seconds of the game, we get a goal, and since then, about 12 minutes later, we have not really even had a real shot on goal after that. Just kind of been battling really about like 60 yards in the middle there.
Ontario's got 2 shots so far. Neither have been on net.
Lexington pretty content just to sit back now. For Lexington, that would be the dream start. You want to sit back defensively anyways. Ooh, Weaver gets off his line and handles that. That ball is just kind of bouncing, got hung up there a little bit, but Weaver comes out and grabs it. Giving Lex a 1-0 cushion, they have those defensive tendencies anyways to sit back and just kind of be really good defensively. Oh, big collision in the middle of the field again. I don't know that anybody saw, but Potter definitely ran through.
That's Carter Weaver.
Carter Weaver, yeah. I don't know. I didn't see the beginning of it. I thought they got tangled up, but Weaver definitely is not happy about getting ran over there.
Yeah, Carter sat there for probably a good 10 seconds, just collecting his thoughts. Might have busted noggins with him when he came through.
Yeah, Gage Potter's a big guy too. If he's gonna run through you, it's gonna hurt a little bit. It's a long throw in the box, but right at the center back for Ontario. Potter, great pressure, great ball in.
Oh, wow. And Depperschmidt, nice move, sends it, and that's the second goal here in the opening half. Lexington, their 2 stars, coming through biggest here in their biggest game.
What an opening couple of minutes for Lexington. You see, this is that Lexington style, right? Potter, just pressure. Just press the ball really hard from that striker position. Came back, won it. A good ball in, and we talked about that shiftiness of Depperschmidt, being able to separate from the defender, got the shot off, and then a great finish. Low, hard, and in the corner. That's exactly what you want from your striker. That gives Lexington a 2-goal lead with 27 to go in the first half.
If you're Ontario, what kind of answer can you generate here almost immediately? Can you get some confidence, as it seems like the momentum with Lexington taking full advantage of their 2 big opportunities?
Yeah, you think about the 3 big momentum plays at this point. It's been 2 Lexington goals and an injury to Gage Weaver. It has just favored Lexington. Not that the injury was intentional, but just another play you kind of got to adjust to. And Ontario not really kind of found their footing yet here. A lot of turnovers, not a lot of attempts. They just kind of, if they can keep the ball a little bit, what they did so well in the second half against Clear Fork, attacking wide, get that ball wide, pick their head up, attack on the inline. That's when they're dangerous. But right now, they've not really done that. Got some confusion with the referee here. I'm not sure. One of the 5 referees is joining the other in the middle.
Yeah, I think certainly for Ontario, it needs to be like free-flowing, have fun, find feet, move the ball around. And they've been able to do that at times, just not really able to go towards net, though. This is a good-looking ball. Johnson going to take it down to himself. But the pressure on the outside forces another turnover.
Yeah, I wonder what the conversation was with the referees, because the kind of 5th official, if you will, who was in charge of substitutions, came onto the field to tell the center referee something, and then he proceeded to go back and tell the crowd on the Ontario side something. So I don't know if there's perhaps some things being said that shouldn't be said, or just it's not really a Q&A over there, so I can't imagine it'd be anything else but that. But definitely warranted stopping the game, and he addressed the crowd after that. But nonetheless, that did not help Ontario at all, because they're still just struggling to keep the ball. They win it, they can play it back, and then it's really the pass after this one is the one they've struggled. They get the ball wide, and now they cannot find their guy forward.
Weaver's able to head it, but goes sideways on him. Now flicked up, Johnson with the header. Minutemen, sky one up, one out of the air, and it's going to be a Lex throw-in.
Plays like that, everybody gets mad because everybody wants a foul. Lexington wants a foul because Ontario guy jumped over him. Ontario wants a foul because Lexington guy backed into him, and referee makes everybody mad, doesn't call a single foul, and plays on. I think it's the right call anyways. Ooh.
Yeah.
Right in the face.
Square off the noggin of Brandon Littoral.
Yeah, the referee's going to stop play here just to check him. I tell you what a tough kick, 'cause that was a shot right to the head. He did not go down. He still won't go down. But that was a shot right in the head. You heard it from the press box up here even. That was just right in the side of the head, I think.
These first 15 minutes have been kind of brutal for a few players out here.
Yeah, I mean, you expect it to be a physical game, but the physicality is not really causing injuries. It's just the way the game has gone so far. 2 guys knocking heads in the middle of the field, guy taking a shot right to the side of the head in the middle of the field, and then I honestly don't know what happened to Gage Weaver, if it was just maybe planting wrong or got tangled up, and I still can't quite identify what happened to him. It certainly has altered his running ability a little bit, but nothing really because of the physicality, just because it's the way the game has gone so far. Referees, I think it's going to be a ball to Lexington would be my assumption here. Lex had possession when he blew the whistle, and that is going to be the case. It's going to be a drop ball in front of Lexington. Referee's kept good control of everything. He's managed things well. And there we go. We're playing now.
Weaver with the first touch ends up at the feet of Potter. Now Depperschmidt, ball through the middle, intercepted here by Weaver. So the Warriors looking to get now into the attacking third. Can't do it. Well defended there by Turlow.
Yeah, I think there's 2 things we're seeing right now. One, we know how good this Lexington defense is. I mean, they do not give up a lot of goals, and they're just stout. They don't make a lot of poor decisions. They just keep the ball in front of them. They do well. Not only do they keep in front of them, but they keep the ball when they win it, which is so key at a game of this magnitude when you're playing a team that is so talented. You can't keep giving them the ball. And for the most part, Lexington wins the ball and is able to keep it, reset, get back in the position they want. The other part is we've just not seen Ontario attack wide like they normally do. When they get the ball wide, their heads are down. They're just kind of dribbling at Lexington defenders, not finding the space that we've seen them throughout the year do so well. Just don't have that same confidence right now.
See if they start utilizing those wing players a little bit more, like Frank House, to try to soften up things in the middle a little bit, because you see there's a lot of purple jerseys, in particular around Gage Weaver, when they're trying to put those balls into the box.
It's going to be a substitution for Ontario. Going to do a little rotating there on the back line. Number 9 is going to rotate to maybe a center back now. Perhaps even a 2-back role. The 3rd back is definitely out of the defensive area right now, but maybe they're confident that their 2 defenders can match up with Depperschmidt and Potter behind them, but that is a tough task.
Yeah, those 2 have been electric this season, combining for 42 goals between them. And how about 35 assists?
Yeah, super impressive. I mean, they work so well together. They just move the ball, They find the space. They finish well. You saw Depperschmidt's finish. That's just a great clinical finish. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just all right. You know, everything was done correctly, and he gets the goal because of it.
More contact, more bodies hitting the deck, more play on.
The side ref signaled for a foul, and she's the farthest one away, but that's all right. The center ref has handled it. I think he handled it correctly there.
A lot of pressure here by Lexington.
A lot of space there, too. That ball's just played a little bit higher, a little bit deeper. Potter's in again. But that's defended well by Ontario. We've been a little hard on them, but that ball was defended correctly. He's in the positioning was right. Gets the ball out of the area, keeps it from going forward. Lexington is just confident and composed on the ball right now. As I say that, they give it away, but there's a deep ball in. Weaver's off his line, handles it well.
And he came out immediately.
He's a veteran keeper. I mean, he knows what he's doing back there. You can't really rely on him to make a mistake to get a goal. It's going to have to be a well-designed play, good build-up, good finish. You're going to need all of it to beat Weaver. That ball's going to get in for Depperschmidt. He's going to be one-on-one with the keeper.
Oh, he tried to be unselfish and set up Potter, Jesse.
Man. So listen, his backside is wide open there. The vision is correct. He saw the guy on the back post coming in wide open. He's sitting on the 6th, though. He's such a good finisher. You'd like to see him just create something going to goal, too. But you see Potter's open in the middle. You're going to see a guy at the top of the screen. I didn't even see it right now. There he shows up right at the end. He's wide open, too. I mean, any ball across probably results in a great opportunity, too. But he's so deep. He's such a good finisher. I would not be upset if he shot that ball either.
So instead it ends up with a goal kick for the Warriors. And moving the ball downfield now. They got Young with some space. Out to the wing now with Frankhouse, who gets tripped up. That's got to draw a whistle. It will.
Yeah, the referee signaled for a foul there. Frankhouse with a good escape touch there. Just gets away from him and just knows how to get the foul. And that was a little more than it needs to be probably, because the ball was definitely away, and you're just going to make sure they both weren't going to get by him there.
Looks like Young is going to handle. They'll have Stewart. Actually, they'll put Stewart on the ball now and move Josh up.
See what kind of ball he can deliver here. I think he likes to use his left foot, if I'm not mistaken. Ball's going to bend towards the goal a little bit. So it's going to be, you got to clear that first center back. If you can get it over him, it's going to be a dangerous ball. Easier said than done, I know.
It looks like a great ball.
Yes, I like the delivery there. Olay.
Bicycle. Haven't seen too many of those this season.
I like the effort. I mean, it wasn't on target, but I mean, there's not much else you can do there anyway, so at least you're getting the ball going the way you want to go.
Solid contact.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the effort. Creative, skilled, just not resulting in a goal.
Goal kick taken out of the air by Ontario.
A lot of contact there still. I mean, it's every ball that's in the air, you know, both teams are just going to battle for it. Not necessarily a foul, but they're going to battle. They're going to try and establish the position they want and use their body to get that position. So you're going to see some contact. You're going to see guys kind of moving into each other, and usually at some point in games of this magnitude that results in somebody just getting a little upset because they're getting moved out of the way and not getting the position they want. You see the referee on the side is again addressing the student section, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not sure what is.
Talking to the Warrior fan base for about the second time.
You know, I don't mind it. I mean, I'm always a fan of you want to be respectful to the referees, but at the same time, you're going to police everything that's said. It's going to be a tough task.
Everyone back defending here for Lex. And that one, swing and a miss, rolls out of bounds. Ontario throw-in from the far side.
I guess as the referee is looking to eject someone, or not looking to eject, but I see a police falling over there, perhaps the athletic director's over there. So at least addressing some comments or perhaps removing some of the commenters over there. Certainly it's caught his attention, that's for sure, and we've got a game in front of us, so.
Things get heated when these two programs get together, and you see it out on the field, too. There's just a little bit extra, I think, in terms of the physicality. There's no question we've definitely seen some physical bumps and plays, as that one probably just a couple feet beyond where the Warriors wanted it to be. And, wow, actually it looks like a lot of folks being asked to leave, perhaps.
maybe move. I'm assuming it's a large ejection if you're ejecting the student body. I don't know what the referee has done. I'm not sure what's happening. I am certainly intrigued as to why we're moving students from one end of the section to the other, but here we are.
They're going now behind the Ontario bench. So I guess the thought process is you're not going to heckle your own, are you?
Well, this stadium, I mean, you only sit on the Ontario side anyway, so I'm not really sure, but that happens, I guess. Whatever the referees decided over there, I'm sure it was warranted and needed, and whatever else we want to say about them. Ontario is still struggling to get that ball forward efficiently, though. This is the play they keep getting to. They'll get one pass forward, and then it's usually after that, there's not much more than that.
Lexington doing a phenomenal job. They sink back after that first pass, and you see that they're just kind of waiting for Ontario to try to make that next move, and so far they just haven't been able to make a crispy pass to get by one of the defenders. That's why they're one of the best defensive units in the state, Jesse. They're giving up 0.4 goals per game on the season.
Yeah, there's two things that make this team a top-quality defensive team. One is, you're absolutely right, their positioning in the back is solid. They position themselves well, they talk, they communicate. It's hard to find the gaps that Ontario is normally used to. The second thing that makes these guys good defensively is the pressure from Potter and Depperschmidt up top. You don't have the time to pick your head up and look for the perfect pass. You know they're coming. They're going to press you. That's, oh my goodness.
Looked like another bicycle attempt, huh?
A little late in his attempt there, but I like it nonetheless. It's going to be a play on there.
Yeah, great bit of speed. Frank House. Ontario's got numbers. It's about a 4-on-4.
Frank House went right at his feet. I don't think that's quite the play he wanted. You can just kind of square up a little bit, take him one-on-one, make him move a little bit. Now there's some speed and space for Depperschmidt. One-on-one. Oh, this could be a red card.
Wow.
Let's see what the referee does here. It's a breakaway for sure. It is going to be a red card.
Wow.
That's tough. I mean, that's the right call, but that's tough. At this game of this magnitude, you're down by 2. He does it to prevent a goal-scoring opportunity. Yep, certainly a breakaway.
Now, watching the replay, it actually looks like it's more incidental contact. I'd really like to see that one more time. In real time, I thought he pushed him, and you're going to watch here, Jesse. It looks like their feet actually get tangled up, which forces him to kind of move his body forward.
Yeah. I think you're right in that assessment. However, that entanglement there definitely prevented the breakaway, which prevented a goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, a big one.
Which, by the rules of the game, is a red card, but it doesn't. I mean, it's tough. I think probably appropriate, but you're right. I mean, the intentionality is probably the one thing you can question there. Did he mean to? Probably, because that guy, Depperschmidt's on a breakaway after that. Then after that, it doesn't matter how he takes him down if the intent was to stop the play, and he certainly stopped the play.
Yeah, it's definitely their feet are what brings down Depperschmidt.
Clips him in the back of the leg. You see McClenathan wants to have a conversation. The center referee is not interested. He said to get back in the coaching box. There'll be more cards to be shown. Referee's not quite done with that conversation. He's following him to the bench. I think he's allowing the conversation to happen. He just wanted to be in the correct space. And McClenathan's not quite done either. This may not end well. I think the referee's got to remove himself from the situation now before he has to give a card.
Maybe they'll move Chris from one side to the other now, Jesse. Try that tactic.
Just a big shift around here of who can go where.
Well, still.
See, this is what I don't. The referee is going back there, but now the other two referees are in the crowd again. One official's talking to the police.
Man, what's going on here?
A little chaotic over here. It looks like the center official is not. I wonder if he has to leave the bench area. Certainly someone is being removed from the bench.
Just utter chaos outside of the playing surface. Some taking place actually on the turf, as it looks like Walter's being asked to leave the building. And still a big play on the way.
There's
free kick from the 20-yard line.
Dangerous free kick. The referees are definitely, there's something in the crowd that is happening. And, from we're on the other side of the field, so tough to tell. But now the side referee is addressing something with the center referee, and now coach is over there involved as well. The other referee is down at the other end of the field and certainly having some heated conversations. The police are coming back to him as well. There's a lot happening right now. And then in the midst of this, we're going to have about a 25-yard free kick here once we ever resume to playing soccer.
So Lexington in control right now. They've got the 2-0 advantage. They've got the free kick on the way.
And they've got a player up now.
The extra man.
11 on 10. The center referee is back in the middle of the field, getting ready to resume play here. Well, it's just been a chaotic couple of minutes here trying to figure out what's going on.
And now Depperschmidt with the left foot. Well handled by Abdelaziz.
I think Coach McClinton's really got to figure out how you can settle your guys down. I mean, the crowd is riled up. The team's now riled up. I mean, it's just chaos right now, and that's probably not Ontario's strong suit is kind of playing through that chaos, but allowing them to really get just the composure on the ball, be able to, pick their head up, be aggressive, be good one-on-one. That's where they're so skilled at, and they've had limited opportunity to do that, and that gets to be frustrating when you can't do what you know you're good at.
And especially now, Lexington almost seems, as well as they defend, like they have an extra guy out there. When they actually do, it's going to be really tough for Ontario to start attacking here offensively. So I look forward to seeing what they got in store for these next 15 minutes before they have a chance to reassess, come up with some type of adjustments in game plan for the second half as Weaver comes out and bounces it to himself.
Yeah, he got off his line well. Tough ball to grab, but he just smacks it straight down and right into himself to catch the rebound there. Huge punt down to the football 20 on the other side. And Potter's, of course, going to press it there, run through it. Referee has signaled for a foul. There was a lot of pressure there, a little bit of conversation afterwards. This game is going to be a fun, enjoyable game in a lot of ways to watch. Now you guys are a little John already. Not even into the second half yet, and it's heated. There's red cards. Coaches are furious. Fans are furious.
Is there any love lost in this rivalry?
I was just trying to think, is there a more heated rivalry in the area than these two schools? Obviously, I know every school's got a rivalry, but it just seems there's just intense dislike between Lexington and Ontario when they're on the field, the court, whatever other surface they might join. It just seems that there is an intense rivalry all the time.
Oh, awesome piece of defensive work right there. Looked like Frank House was going to have an opportunity. Said Starling thefted it.
Yeah, Frank House battled back, though, was able to win the ball back, and now Ontario's got some space. If you're Lex, you just don't want to get a bad foul here. Certainly there's going to be a card coming. The referee's got to keep it tight, keep it close. So, and Lex is a physical, tough team, but you can't give – oh, my goodness. You can't give away bad fouls there. There was a near giveaway to put Depperschmidt in again on a breakaway.
And he just seems to know when to turn the acceleration on. He keeps his energy to himself until he needs to really unload. That's what I've noticed about number 2 so far here in the first 25 minutes of the match. When he gets after it, though, he is a buzzing bee.
Absolutely. I mean, his pace, his acceleration is really what's key in that. I mean, you watch, he's just fast in general, and he just hits another gear once he sees there's a through ball coming. He's gone, man. It's tough to defend.
Nice 3 crisp passes and a setup. Depperschmidt on the run. Abdelaziz has to come out to the perimeter of the 18, and he will.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult for Ontario to defend, being down one man there. I mean, I believe they dropped to what looked to be maybe a 2-back earlier to try and get some numbers forward, and now with you got to lose a number somewhere, so they're now in a 3-back. So maybe a 3-3-3 around the middle. I can't really tell where that other guy's playing right now, but certainly getting some numbers forward. They're getting wide and attacking. There's 4 at the high line right now. But they've struggled to get the ball to their feet in that space. And there's the prime example, just playing it out of bounds. It's a Lex throw-in. So what was an Ontario ball right around midfield has turned into a Lexington throw-in. And that's the giveaways you can't. You can't have those. And even if you have to give it away, if you put it into the corner, you at least kind of flip the field a little bit. You get to go attack. You get to go, kind of switch it around. A couple substitutions there for Lexington. Zach Turlow checking out of the game has done well.
Got a big ovation, too.
Yeah, I mean, the Lex players have just played just really good soccer so far. Tough tackles, smart plays. I mean, the ball they're playing in the transition, that's a great ball in the box. Oh, just missed a little bit there. I mean, they're just doing everything right now. It's been a dream start, dream half for Lexington. And on the flip side, probably a nightmare for Ontario.
Warriors controlling. But Depperschmidt, boy, just a work rate. Comes away with it. Just going to push it forward. See if Potter can't catch up.
The referee's going to say play on. I thought that should be a foul on Potter. I mean, he definitely runs through him. There's no contact on the ball. Ontario keeps the ball. Maybe he's playing that advantage. But I think in a game of this magnitude with the physicality so far, you probably have to call that foul just to remind people you're in charge. Yeah, I mean, Potter just kind of runs through him. Doesn't touch the ball. He's big. He's tough, I know. But at some point you got to call the foul as well.
The officials want to know why Warrior fans are upset over on the far sideline. Case in point right there.
Yeah, we're going to start putting referees back in the crowd again here if we don't get too carried away. Slick turn by Young.
Yeah, it
Keeps
was.
It. Tough ball in, though.
Just defended perfectly yet again. Nathan Kramer.
Potter's got some space forward again. I mean, it's going to be that type of night, I think. It's just the way Ontario's going to have to defend. You're going to have to just try and force the through ball, keep Adelazes off his line. There's a little build-up for Frank House. Gets the ball in. He played across.
Lexington keeps it in the field of play. And Young, nifty move on the first. Couldn't get by the second wave.
There's just space again. I feel like we're just waiting for Lex to get in on breakaways right now. Defended nicely, though, by Daniels. Able to recover, get good position. Plays it back to Adelazes, who does not get a good clearance. Maybe 20 yards away.
Yeah, you're right.
20 yards away and 20 yards high. Lex is back in the attack. Ambitious attempt. Little space towards goal there, but it went for the hero goal. A lot of space on the wing for his teammate, but every once in a while, just got to check, just got to see.
First shot not on target tonight for the Minutemen.
Potter's going to check out of the game, catch his breath. Will Perkins, freshman sensation, checking into the game. I believe also the kicker for the high school football team, if I'm not mistaken. And also my neighbor.
Oh, how about that? A trio right there.
Fun fact. What's a more impressive accolade, kicker for the football team or being my neighbor?
Does he at least mow the lawn for the parents at home? You notice him out there doing some of the trim work or any of that?
He is in sports all the time. I don't think he has time to do anything else but eat, sleep, and practice.
Well, I wish I would have had that option back in the day. I was still mowing that grass in between.
6 a.m. workout on the lawnmower. Oh, it's a tough ball away by Abdelzis again. Depperschmidt, clever touch away. Good defending effort there by Ontario.
Yeah, he loaded up for a big kabooming shot and did get a solid piece of it, but deflected right back.
Bodies everywhere on the ground. Referee's right there. No foul, just a lot of contact, a lot of guys falling down. This game is just a fantastic pace right now. I don't know how long you can keep playing like this, but
yeah, these last 10 minutes have been great.
It's just been insane. It's up and down the field. Ontario builds up the attack. Lexington counters. They get a near breakaway, and then, and I'm gonna need a break.
I'm pretty impressed with Ontario's ability since they lost their player.
Don't jinx him.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Gage. Oh, he's not offsides. Oh, referee, no. No. That was timed perfectly. Oh, the Lex faithful are not happy. We're going to have to put some refs in this crowd as well.
Yeah, Gage got a smile on his face, too. Picked it up a little bit late there.
I thought he was on. I thought he timed his run. I thought everything was executed well. As you were talking about Ontario being down a man and defending well, I thought they split it right on cue. But it was, in fact, called offsides. Oh, my goodness. Neither player went for the ball, but referees let him play again. Everybody's mad. This poor referee's going to need an escort to get out of here. He's not even done a bad job. It's just, it's a type of game. You're not going to come out of here successful on one side, that's for sure. He has called a foul. All right, there was a foul, Ontario there. It's going to be a Lex free kick. Ontario putting some weird short pressure on the ball. I'm not sure why. A near cardable offense there just to run and encroach on the ball. I mean, trying to slow down the play, but you can't afford more cards at this point. Oh, the ball turned right into Potter's feet.
Yeah.
Oh, just missed again. They, Lex has scored some good goals, but they have also just missed on a couple of others as well.
Now Kramer moving forward, getting involved in the offense. It's going to stay with Lex. It's going to get a sub in. It's going to be Dylan George.
You look at this team, and obviously there's some young players for Lexington as well. I mean, they've obviously got a couple star seniors, but they're young. They're a young team. I don't think that nobody really thought this was going to be Lex's year again. I think they kind of thought last year was a great year. Maybe again in 2 years they'll kind of be up to that level again. Nobody really expected it from them this year. I think perhaps their team, but I mean they can play. They have absolutely got some players. They defend so well. I think when you defend so well, you're in every game. Then if you just stout defensively, limiting the opportunities, and you look at what they've done to Ontario tonight. I mean, Ontario's got a very talented offense. And maybe 1 or 2 quality shots on goal tonight. Oh, a bit of a miscue there. As we talk about their defensive, of course. Miscue there on the back, but Weaver kind of saves the day, comes out, grabs it anyways.
It's Minutemen defensive unit has 12 shutouts on the season. They haven't allowed more than 2 goals in any match all year.
Well, it's a very impressive act. It's impressive in a lot of ways, but you look at their schedule. That's really impressive.
That first month, they were all over the place, playing a ton of quality soccer programs all over the state.
Weaver smothers it nicely. It's slow bouncer. You just got to make sure. Keepers are a different breed sometimes. You just got to make sure.
He does have a great punt.
Absolutely. They have so many different ways they can kind of go attack. Obviously, the speed to just go forward. And Ontario plays that high line and kind of limited numbers back anyways. And it's been successful for Lexington tonight. There's a good bit of possession there. Able to hold the ball, pick your head up, let Frankhouse work on the wing. Cuts into the middle.
Yeah, Aiden's trying to be a bit more of a playmaker here over about the last 10, 15 minutes. I like what we've seen from this right winger.
Yeah, there's just some miscues continually from the Ontario attack for a team that's so talented. Just haven't quite found their rhythm. Obviously, credit to Lexington. There's another misplayed ball.
Oh, and George floats it. It's going to go about 5 yards too tall, but boy, he wanted that one.
I tell you, that's a tough shot to do what he tried to do. I mean, he tried to chip the keeper on the run, full speed, and the keeper's right in front of him. That's a tough touch to do it. Just a little high over the bar here, but it's so hard to just chip it and get it down. I mean, you can get it up in the air over the keeper. It's getting it back down at that speed and that pace with the keeper closing out like that. Tough shot, good attempt. It's another miscue defensively for Ontario. It just seems like about once a minute, Lexington's on a breakaway.
Nice battle there between Weaver and Potter. And now that's chipped. Potter works his way, weaves around the defense.
Yeah, the referee did call the foul. There a lot of contact. I think that some of the contact came from Weaver and Potter colliding and Potter falling into the keeper. Referee's going to have a word with Potter. I think it has been a couple. Let's see the replay here. Potter gets through. I think he's just running for the ball. That's probably right to have a word with him or there just to make sure. You know, keeper didn't quite have possession. He had a hand on it, which kind of constitutes possession, but you know, Potter was close enough. There was no card really warranted, but certainly I think probably a second time of that, and there will be.
More collisions. More roars from the crowd here on the near side this time as Ethan McCoy gets both hands right there into the back.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a foul. I don't know what the uproar was about. Certainly a foul. Referee called it. I think we're good to go. Sometimes there's just a little bit of animation from some of the fans, some of the soccer moms as well. No offense to soccer moms, but sometimes they're just a little bit louder in the cheers, but also the cries for cards or fouls or whatever. I mean, he called the foul. What do you want him to do at this point?
Well, Peter Tem now giving an earful to a couple of the officials.
There's been a lot of off-game conversations going on around here. It's hard to follow at this point of who's talking to who and who's saying what. I think everybody's going to be excited for halftime.
Yeah,
settle down for a
sure.
second. It's certainly intense here. I mean, as always, when they play, oh my, just missed.
Down to 3 minutes, 45 seconds remaining.
That's headed away nicely. He does well to just bring it down, doesn't put it back in the air, doesn't put it to Ontario.
Now good ball through to Potter. Wow, nifty play.
Good touch. He's going to get the shot. That's a great defensive effort.
Daniels came into the picture, made it tough. No venom behind that one. And the Warriors wisely just cleared out of play.
Yeah, it might have been a shot on the last attempt there, but it turned into a nice pass off a missed shot. George applying that pressure, and it's going to be...
Our producer thinks they should calm things down at halftime with a little boxing match, perhaps. Just get it out the way.
Just settle down, everybody. Just here,
get it off the table.
Get a few. I mean, that could go a variety of ways. I think I'm going to stop commenting on that before it gets out of hand and just let it go. Just let it go from there. Yeah, Lexington has just really had quality chances seemingly every couple of minutes here in the later part of the first half. Really, since the red card was issued. Oh, it might have been a missed. There's a lot there. I think Ontario might have hit that with her hand. Ontario was looking for a foul in Lexington. Everybody's going to have a word with the official. The official is probably just ready for a nap, ready to check out for a little bit. You see the throw in here. I think his hand smacks it down. Potter, he's physical. It's tough because Potter is such a physical player. He's just establishing position there. but there's always contact. And so when you're getting contacted to be moved out of the position you want, it's tough. You kind of feel like there's a foul there. He's a big guy, uses his body well, established that position, and he just kind of shields to the space that he wants. Good battle on the outside. George has got it, looking to play it in. Plays a little too deep though. The idea is right. I mean, the center of the field in the attacking area is open for Lexington. I mean, they're trying to defend it, but they're kind of spread out there. So now they're just kind of stuck with playing with 10 men.
Warriors trying to generate some offense here, down a man. Good ball by Weaver. Now here from the near side, looking for a cross from McCoy. They'll get one, back post. Good build-up.
Yeah, that's the first we've seen that. That's what they do so well. They can get the ball wide, and they're dangerous playing it in or get around the end line. I think that's the first dangerous ball we've really seen played in. It's a good cross in. It clears the keeper, which is always important on this type of ball. It does. Back post runs on. Just misses the contact. But that's the build-up Ontario's been lacking so far in the first half.
So trying to find some success here in the final minute. See if they can't develop a little bit of some moxie heading into halftime, some stuff that they can talk about. Hey, we're doing this well. Let's try to recreate these scenarios.
Yeah, and that's the type of ball there where you're trying to force a miscommunication, right? You want the keeper or the defender to guess wrong, and then you can capitalize on their mistake. The last two Ontario attempts have been much better than the first 38, 39 minutes of the game. I don't know if it's just fatigue for Lexington, confidence for Ontario, or just Lexington, it's almost halftime and they got the lead. But for whatever reason, Ontario's generated two solid attacks just in the past minute of the game.
Lexington going to make a substitution here with 15 seconds.
Well, the referees denied it, actually.
Yeah,
so now we've wasted more time trying to get the subs off the field than allowing the subs to get on. But for Lex, I mean, this is the dream half, so why not just ensure that you got the 2-goal lead to go in at halftime. Nothing happens there. Lexington faithful are super excited with the result right now. Ontario faithful, not so much.
The defending district champions looking like they might be on their way back to regionals. 2-0 advantage, and they've got a one-man advantage on the field for the rest of the night. We'll take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll have our Charter Next Gen halftime, break down some of the first half stats, get you ready for half number 2. You're watching live and free district championship soccer exclusively on the OH Report.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Welcome to the Charter Next Gen Halftime, where we're at Clear Fork High School Division II District Championship Soccer. 40 minutes of action in the books, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Lexington Minutemen, the defending district champions, looking to break through to the round of regionals yet again. I'm Brian Skronsky, joined by Jesse Ryder, and boy, crazy first half, a lot of physicality out there, a little bit of action going on outside of the field of play. There's a lot to really digest. Let's look at these first half stats to break it down for me. What all did we just see there in the first half?
Yeah, I feel like I need to catch my breath. I can't imagine as a player or coach right now trying to just settle down and realize, yeah, you got 40 minutes still. It's going to determine do we end our season or continue on. I think the key part for this right now is if I had to tell us straight, if I could mark on this stat screen right now, it would be the 10 shots for Lexington. And honestly, I feel like it is one of those, you don't really keep this stat, but they've had a lot of near, I'll say, shooting attempts where they're getting the ball deep in the box. Lately, the Ontario defenders just made some just heroic saves to keep them from getting the shot off. I mean, just diving in, throwing their body in front of the ball. Really defended well the second part of the first half with a tough task of being down a man. So really a difficult scenario for Ontario. But I feel like, as we watched the game, especially the second part of the first half, Lexington just kind of kept getting in towards the goal repeatedly. It felt like almost every minute they had a near goal scoring opportunity. Didn't always result in a shot just because of the defensive effort of Ontario, but certainly that you just felt like they were going to score again. And Ontario does well to keep it at 2 because playing down a man, Lexington had a lot of momentum, a lot of advantage. That game could have gone a variety of ways. And what I liked from Ontario, at the last minute or 2 minutes of the game, we saw 2 quality attempts from Ontario. Just say we're not done. We're a good team. We can still score. We can still play. This game means a lot to us. We're not just going to let you score a bunch or let you just run all the field on us. We're going to get out here. We're going to compete. I would assume that's the message from Coach McClenathan at halftime. We're going to compete, right? You got to settle down. You got to quit giving the ball away because every time we give the ball away, Lex gets a chance to go right to goal. And so can you find your composure? Can you find a teammate? And can we get a quality attempt from every time we possess the ball?
Just because it hasn't gone your way so far doesn't mean you can't find some magic in the second half. Get some fireworks and some offensive productivity, some momentum rolling in your favor. Block out some of the outside noise. It's tough sometimes for these high school kids and these rivalry battles, particularly when these two teams get together. But for Ontario, they at least kept the Minutemen off of the board for the last 27 minutes. Most of those were down a man, so they're out here, they're battling, and they still have a whole second half to go. Going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out by the end.
Yeah, there's a lot. And canceling that outside noise is correct. It's been an animated first half from both sides. Specifically, we spoke a lot of something happening in the Ontario section with the referees and the police involvement and someone to get kicked off the bench. I mean, just so many little antics that you don't want any more distractions if you're the Ontario team. You want to get out here and do what you do so well, and that is attack, play soccer, have fun, compete as a team. And really the first half, it felt like they never got that rhythm going. There's always something that just kind of broke it down. An early Lex goal does not help. A red card does not help. Having the referee stop the game to address issues off the field with your fans and your team, that does not help. At some point, you want the game to be about your playing and your playing ability and your playing style, not just repeatedly stopping the game and never finding that rhythm and never generating a chance at goal.
Second half action just on the other side of this break. We'll be right back for your district championship and another one on the way coming up on Saturday.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
First half certainly started with a bang, and Lexington driving right down the field for a goal in the first 17 seconds. They're going to have the first touch here of the second half. D2 District Championship action here on the OH Report. Lexington versus Ontario. Boy, it has been a battle through 40 minutes. Still 40 more yet to go. I'm Brian Skronsky, joined by the one and only Jesse Ryder. And I think we're in store for something fun here in the second half.
A little bit of trivia for you right now.
Oh, wow.
22 players on the field.
Okay.
What's currently missing?
22 players on the field. There should only be 21, right?
22. It'd be 11 on each side. The referees are not quite out on the field yet, so all 22 players are ready to go. Kickoff is waiting to happen. The clock is ready. We are ready. Referees have been a topic of conversation more often than not tonight. I see two walking to the Ontario sideline, and there come the other three now. So just having a good chat in there, a little powwow, probably discussing some of the antics that have been happening and how they're going to continue to address it. Difficult night for the officials. I thought the center referee has done a nice job. I think his calls have been consistent, and I think I'm in agreement with just about all of his calls. I'm not sure what's going on the opposing side over there with the Ontario fans. The fifth referee over there has certainly had to have some words, and has been a lot of his attention directed at that. And I don't know if it's because Ontario is just having a rough night or because there's an extra referee right in front of the fans that you just hear everything. I'm not sure which one kind of warrants more of the reason there, but nonetheless it has been a topic of conversation for the officials.
We're all back out on the field to play. A couple minutes late. So, really taking their time, too.
There's no sense of urgency from these guys.
Wow.
The game will start when they are ready to start, which is, that's fine. I don't know. To each their own, I guess. It was an early kickoff tonight. No big deal.
And we do only have 21 players on the field here for the second half, Jesse.
You are correct. I forgot the red card. I apologize.
That's right, buddy. Sharp as a knife here tonight.
Scout trivia expert.
What a ball. I don't think so.
Offsides. It took a weird deflection to call him off. Yeah, he might have been on if it wasn't deflected, but then I don't think the ball would have got to him. It's one of those if scenarios, but I think the deflection put him off. I don't know that the ball would have got there if it wasn't deflected. So referees made the right call. Linesman's got the right call. And everyone in the crowd seems to be happy right now.
Just the second offsides penalty tonight against either side, actually, both against the Minutemen, who've got it to Depperschmidt in the middle.
There's a lot of space on the outside. It's a good ball. Good speed by Ontario to recover. Just touches it back to Abdelaziz, who's going to be able to keep it a little bit. Let's see if they can regain possession, generated some offense here from the defensive area. It's going to go right back to Lexington in the middle, but flicked the wrong way.
Yeah, it catches a break here, and Weaver, 2-foot slide into the back.
There's a lot in there. The referee is going to bring the foul back now. I think he allowed there to be advantage. I think Weaver got away with the foul there, and then I think got away with a card there, because that was certainly the intent was the trip or the kick. And we're not quite done yet. Let's see who's going to get a yellow card here. My guess is for dissent. It was not to Weaver, but he's going to give a yellow
to Ethan McCoy, who's going to have to check out now. And, yeah, if someone would have earned it, it definitely looked like Weaver with the two-footed almost trip move.
Yeah, I think the foul warranted a card. McCoy must have said something, but you can't really argue the foul there. I'm not sure what, just maybe frustrations boiling over a little bit. Interesting to me, the referees don't have headsets tonight. A game of this magnitude, you start to see referees communicate via headsets. And Coach McClinathan's wanting to know what's the foul about, and the linesman said, I don't know, I'm not in the middle of the field right now.
Big ball headed back into the hands of Abdelaziz. Looked like that was actually off of an Ontario player.
Yeah, a bit of a tough flick backwards there, a little risky. Intentional or not, I don't know, but Abdelaziz handled it anyways.
A lot of pressure to Weaver. He's going to have to give it away, and it is a giveaway.
There's just a lot of contact anytime the ball is just near two people right now. Players are stepping in, hard tackles. It's that type of game. That's a little late there in the attempt, but Lex gets it away.
Depperschmidt thought about it.
So crafty with the ball there. Tackled nicely by Ontario. A lot of contact there. Referee signaled for a foul. The linesman indicated a foul. The referee's given it. It's going to be Ontario free kick. Just a little bit of extra contact, not needed. It's going to be an Ontario throw-in regardless, and now it just switches a throw into a free kick, which is not great. You don't want that if you're Lexington. Ontario plays it short. Does well to keep it in play, though. I thought he was going to hit it out of bounds, but holds it up nicely.
And Weaver seems to be moving a little bit more smooth here in the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be offsides. I thought that was going to be close. I think we saw one offsides the entire first half, and now here it's been one for each team right away in the second.
Daniels comes up, wins possession for Young here.
Ontario's able to keep it a little bit, kind of get the ball through. A couple opportunities here.
Yeah, good tackle. Now Literal sets it up. Johnson in the middle. Weaver! Goal for the Warriors, and it's a big one. Down a man and still coming through. Awesome build-up. Great stuff there for the Warriors.
If you're looking at the goal here, a little bit of an incident. This stuff is just kind of silly to me. Ontario's trying to get the ball because they want to keep the game going. The clock stops in high school soccer, so it doesn't matter if you go get the ball or not. The same amount of time is going to pass. So Lex wasn't super happy that he's trying to run and grab the ball. Ontario's not super happy they're not getting the ball. Good goal, though. I mean, that's the momentum you need. And Ontario's been a little calmer in their approach, a little confident with the ball now. I'm telling you, they've got good foot skills. They're a good team. They just played out of sorts in that first half. So the second half there, they put their head up, found the guy they wanted, kept the ball moving, and the ball just kind of ends up in a dangerous area with the finish they needed. And now we are going to have a fun 37 minutes of soccer to finish this one out. More conversation from the center official to the fifth referee. I've never seen a substitution referee be so involved in the center of the field. With no disrespect to him, I don't know what the conversation is about. I've just never seen it before.
Well, the conversation now becomes that it's a one-goal differential. And Ontario starting to find a little bit of mojo.
Yeah, a little momentum goes a long way. You get a couple passes strung together, a couple of shots strung together, and you get a goal all of a sudden. Now you're right back in this game. So you got to play within this momentum. You got to be able to handle this moment a little bit. Pressing forward, you got a chance to score. You can't give up a third, though, because then it's just that brutal hill to climb up again. Bit of a flop there. Definitely initiated the contact and went down, but that's all right. Referee didn't fall for it.
Warriors pressing forward with some numbers. Daniels out to the wing, and off the deflection ends a nice, what looked like good build-up for the Warriors.
Body just kind of going everywhere right now. A lot of contact. It's a good ball there to release a lot of pressure, a lot of space, and you get the ball to Depperschmidt going forward. See if you can find him in the corner. He opts not to, plays it safe. Tough ball back, though. I think you just go back to Depperschmidt there. He's the playmaker in the middle. Oh, Potter, clever touch. Just missing a chance there.
Now Daniels clears it, sends it actually out of play. So Lex with the throw. And they'll play it through the middle. This one's going to be lofted down in Warrior territory.
So Ontario's pace is picked up. Now what they have to be able to kind of understand is, can they play with a high pace? That's the type of play you got to be careful. The pace and momentum is picked up. You can't just have turnovers just because of it.
Another nice pressure coming up from the back.
That's a tough play. Unforced ball out of bounds. You had some momentum. You had some numbers. Just played behind your player. Played it out of bounds. Leads to Lexington throw, and he's going to play it back. A little bit of pressure by Ontario. Just keep the ball in front. A little more pressure from Weaver. Keeps composed there. Plays it wide again.
So now Lex looking for Depperschmidt.
Yeah, Depperschmidt kind of ran right in the defensive line there. I think I'd rather see him check back the ball, get it to his feet. He's so dangerous with the ball at his feet.
It's going to be a push, certainly, by Johnson. They say play on, more contact, feet tangled up.
Oh, a card. I don't know that I agree with a card necessarily, but it might be the type in the game where you just got to keep things under control, can't have reckless tackles. Yeah, the card was for the second foul. You're going to see right there with Depperschmidt. Depperschmidt gets around him, and he lunges for the ball. I think making an attempt on the ball. I'm a little surprised it was carded there, but the referee might just be trying to keep the game, keep it smooth, keep it safe. It is obviously a physical, intense game. So sometimes you just got to show a card a little bit to just kind of establish that this is how we're going to call the game in the second half.
We've seen 3 cards tonight. All have gone against Ontario. 2 yellows and a red.
So Potter's going to be lined up on the ball here. Depperschmidt's just off to the left a little bit. Lucas even just a little bit farther left than that.
4-man wall forming here for Ontario.
Well, there's some interesting conversation that you can use the football lines to get 10, and it's not 10.
That was a 7-yard walk-off,
very
exactly.
Interesting. I don't know. You can hear the fans yelling it's not 10, and normally I don't pay much attention, but at a football field you can just look and see. He was not 10 yards. They were
a little
actually
more
right.
obvious, right?
I don't want to credit the rambunctious fans too much, but if it's a simple math thing, then you got to agree. Ontario's got some momentum, just kind of won the ball going forward. Played it deep into Weaver's box, and he's going to handle it nicely. And, Lexington, they're gamers. I wondered how long it would take till you start to see some of this. Every second matters at this point. Just let the time tick off the clock. You take your time on throw-ins. You take your time on substitutions. Ball's played to your keeper. You just slow it down as much as you can while still playing fast. You got to find that balance and rhythm.
Good ball. Numbers moving forward. Flip forward for Weaver.
Lex is a little out of sorts defending. I think we're seeing what we saw from Ontario the first half. The inability to kind of get the ball downfield and keep attacking. That ball's going to stay in for Potter, who takes a big touch. He's so fast, so big. Referee does not see a foul there. A lot of contact.
Just him and Weaver both getting to the spot at the same time.
Yeah, Carter Weaver's done a nice job. He's had his hands full tonight, especially being down a defender with the red card there. He's really defended Gage Potter well. Gage Potter's a tough matchup, especially if you're an undersized defender. Potter's fast, he's skilled, he's big, he's got all those tools. So you just have to be a really smart defender. Positioning is key, and you just can't play scared when he's running at you.
Referee says that went off of Nathan Kramer. So Warriors got the throw-in possession here on the near side.
Good pressure again by Depperschmidt. Those are the plays we've seen Ontario when they swing the ball around the back. It's not been smooth. Here they're at least able to keep possession again. This is the area they want to get to, but again, played away. There's Depperschmidt's going to have some speed. It's going to be a one-on-one 50-50 ball here. A lot of contact.
Carter Weaver was able to beat him to the spot by just about a foot.
Yeah, that's not an. What is the referee called?
Looked like some hand jostling, and the whistle goes against Luke Roberts.
The consistency is interesting. I mean, I feel like there's been a lot of physical play, and then to call that, I mean, he's made his call, it's fine, but there's certainly been more physical plays that have not been called. Carter Weaver has really had a couple big defensive plays that keep Lexington from attacking again.
Warriors have Frankhouse on the far wing. Johnson looking that way and put towards net, but Weaver able to make the save.
Yeah, that's a tough header. Weaver's kind of drifting backwards. I almost would like to see him just he had the time to bring it down, put it to his feet there, just settle the ball with his chest and get a solid attempt off. That header was well done. It's just really tough to score from that angle as you're drifting away from the goal, away from the ball. A lot of contact again. Ontario comes away with it. Now they've got some numbers going forward.
They do. They've been able to produce quite a bit of offense here, down a man. No question about it.
I just think a lot of it's for them. It's just the confidence of the game. I think that early goal for Lexington really just kind of took them by surprise, and they never really recovered from that. And then the red card, and then really, that first half was it was a rough first half. Yeah, but this Ontario, they're still good. They're still a skilled team. So when they get the ball and they find the confidence, they're going to be able to do some good things still. we see that, battling back and scoring a man down against a great Lexington defense. That is not an easy task.
Goal kick coming up here for Weaver and company, as we're just about 10 minutes gone by here in the second half. 2 goals by Lex in the first. Ontario put their score on the board about 5 minutes ago.
Good battle on the sideline there. Ontario's going to want a foul, but I think both guys are just battling hard, and Lex came away with it. Is going to be an Ontario throw-in.
Frankhouse puts it in the box. Well ahead of Weaver, though. And that one's going to trickle its way all the way back to the keep.
There's a lot of Gages on the field, a lot of Weavers on the field. I mean, just a lot of commonplace names tonight.
Yeah, as long as you just say Gage or Weaver, we're pretty much right half the time.
Pretty good, yeah.
Depperschmidt
goes down easily. Referee's not impressed by it. Definitely was some contact, but I think there's been worse tonight, so he lets it go. Well, Gage Johnson misses, but keeps it at his feet. He's skilled enough. That might be intentional. I don't think so, but
yeah, I think it just worked out for him. And now Daniels.
Yeah, kind of got stuck in the middle. 2 defenders there. Didn't play the ball wide, so he just got stuck in the middle.
Off the side of the foot. Down to Daniels, though. Keeps the rock.
Player down for Ontario. Can't tell what number it is yet. Maybe Daniels.
Yeah, I believe it is Tyler.
I didn't see what happened. I was watching the ball away from where he went down at. Not sure if it was a foul or just maybe a quick little knock there. You see the trainer and the coach coming out to check on him. I think he's going to be all right. Just kind of hobbling off there. Maybe just a little bit of a knock there on the leg.
Well, we got a lot deeper into half 2 without our first injury timeout. 11 minutes at least, Jesse. I felt like at this point in the first half there was already at least 3.
Yeah, right. And a lot of them were just, there was a couple head injuries and
right.
Kind of an interesting injury to Weaver. We really don't know what happened. If it was a contact injury or just kind of the way he turned and planned it. I don't know. A lot of things happened. That first 15 minutes was chaotic. And the second 15 minutes was just not quite as chaotic, but still chaotic nonetheless. What's interesting as I look around, the crowd is not as big as I expected it to be. Now, for a game of this magnitude, of this level, the teams as equal as they are, I thought the crowd would be bigger here. Maybe our online crowd is replacing that, and those numbers are up. And if you are watching, let us know. We'd love to see where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, your favorite player, what you think of the officials. Even might as well get some online commenting about the officials.
Yeah, I love getting the great debate going online.
Maybe the random 5th official, what you think of him. He's certainly been in the play a little bit tonight.
Been a bigger part than we thought he'd be so far.
Absolutely. I didn't know there was 5 officials until kickoff, and then just the way they lined the teams up. Sometimes they put the team, even at a football field, they put the teams on the same side. Tonight, though, they've opted for different sides and brought in an extra official because of it.
I think just knowing these 2 schools and the rivalry, the programs, and not that things have gotten out of control when I've ever covered one of the matches, but, certainly there could be some chirping going on if you're on the same side and a little bit of gamesmanship, that type of stuff. So maybe the right decision.
Yeah, if it is separated by Lex and Ontario, certainly there's a lot of Lexington fans here and not quite as many Ontario fans, but it is possible that some of the Ontario fans just opted to sit in the home bench. There's going to be a card here for Lexington, it looks like. For number 6, I think. I think it's 6. We'll wait to see.
It'll be the first card against Lexington. 3rd penalty here in the second half.
Yeah, that's the right call. I mean, he just definitely runs into him and makes no attempt at the ball, no touch or play at the ball, just wants the contact. So the referee's made the right decision there.
So Nathan Kramer is going to have to take a seat for a little bit. Terrence Corbin going to replace him.
Zach Turlow checked in the game not too long ago as well. Had some good minutes early on. Bit of a miscue from Ontario. One guy was going to start with a delayed run, but his taker wasn't ready, and so it wasn't a delayed run. It was actually an early run.
See who wins possession out on the wing. It's going to be the Warriors. Opportunity brewing here for Young. Gets a low cross in, but no sizzle behind it.
Oh, the referee's called a corner.
So a bit of a break for Ontario. It looked like clearly it was going to be a goal kick or at least scooped up by the keeper and an opportunity for a punt.
Yeah, I mean, she's right there, so she's got the line that we do not have, but certainly it looked as if Ontario just played it right to the keeper and out of bounds at that.
There's a good look at the Lexington fans enjoying themselves here.
It's been a busy night for these schools. Big game last night for the girls' side.
Yeah.
Same teams tonight for the boys' side. It's no wonder they don't like each other. They keep playing each other all the time in big, meaningful games. You're bound to not like them at some point.
Too much mustard behind that one. Goal kick coming up here for Lex. And I always love the excitement. Hey, Mom, I'm on camera. Just something crazy happens to a human being when they see that camera pointed
right.
at them.
It's a sad reflection of the vanity of humans, I think. They're like, hey, I get to see myself. And, yeah, but everyone's like that. Just love the camera time.
And we're happy to provide it here on the OH Report. Always. We are about the fans. That one's going to sneak through. Again, back to the keeper, Weaver.
Yeah, what a great atmosphere tonight. I mean, such a big, meaningful game. It's great to have it here at the Colt Corral. Two local teams, two of the top local teams, and probably even top 10 in the state of Ohio, battling for district championship. I mean, just a great atmosphere, great opportunity for the players and for the schools and the teams. Also for OH Report to be able to cover this, such a unique and fun experience. So just a great time tonight.
Certainly enjoying myself, and Lexington looking to enjoy their 7th win in the last 11 meetings with Ontario.
What a ball.
Wow. That would
help.
help.
What a goal. What a goal.
Are you kidding me? Putting that top shelf where nobody could get it. Second goal of the night.
I love the build-up. The ball into the box was terrific. The finish, I thought he was going to go bottom left. He went top right. The angle on this goal isn't just bare minimum, but drills it.
How?
Drills it. That's impressive. That is an impressive goal. His runs and movement off the ball have been fun tonight. That is a big goal right there. Ontario had some momentum, got a goal back. Felt like they're kind of climbing back into this game, and now down by 2 again. Oh, this Lex team is fun. They're a fun group here to watch. I mean, they move the ball so well, so efficiently. Gage Potter might pick up a yellow for what he's doing. It's kind of rock on the wrong side of the field. I think the referee spotted him in time, but.
So the task becomes even greater now for the Warriors, trailing by 2 goals, under 25 minutes to go. Down a player, Depperschmidt, with his 2nd goal of the night. Both have been impressive. But the placement of that last one, the run to escape and get free like that, and he's going to have another opportunity right here.
Yeah, his first touch held up on him a little bit. Abdelaziz comes out on him. Not enough. Hat trick hero. Woo! His 3rd of the match. His 2nd in what feels like just a minute ago.
Not even. About 30 seconds approximate, and now got him going crazy. Got Lex fans going wild at the crib who are watching on the OH Report, and look at this move. So dynamic with both feet.
Yeah, so confident with the ball. Just that touch away from the keeper. And a lot of guys will take that sideways and lose their angle. He goes diagonal. He gets in the space he wants. He buries it. It is a 4-1 Lexington lead right now. Depperschmidt has been amazing. His finishes, 3 fantastic goals. His build-up, his play. It's just been an absolute joy to watch tonight.
See it there on the Charter Next Gen replay, and looks like the Minutemen with a ton of confidence brimming over now, in particular with number 2.
Boy, I don't know if anybody would have picked this scoreline for tonight. I mean, I think a lot of people respect Lexington and maybe picked Lexington to win, but I don't know it in this fashion with this many goals and just kind of scoring at will. I mean, the last 2 times Depperschmidt's touched the ball, it's resulted in goals.
And a good amount of time still available on the clock to do some more damage as Potter, I think, was a step or two offsides there, but it won't matter. Ends up in the hands of Abdelaziz. I'm sure he'd love to add a cherry on top of that hat trick. Literal battling for possession there as he wipes out on the far sideline.
A lot of contact, a lot of just poor tackling over there. It's what's really going on. Guys just kind of lunging in to touch the ball away, and both teams are good enough to poke it away when someone tries to do that. So he just looks poor defensively from both sides. Let's see if that's not a bad foul in terms of tactics. That is a bad foul in terms of how it looked. I mean, Depperschmidt, obviously we know every time he's touching the ball, he's scoring right now. He did have some space there. Potter brings it down nicely. We're going to have to watch for this extra contact. There's just a lot of kind of unnecessary contact off the ball. See if the referee can get a handle on it. Potter's a physical player to begin with, and then when you get guys who are just frustrated, they're down 3, they're getting pushed around a little bit, and Depperschmidt's just doing whatever he wants right now. That's a good tackle. He stood him up. That's a great tackle. I know Lexington wanted a foul there, but he stood him up, won the ball, and went right through it to keep it.
Now the Minutemen clear. Love to get it back to Depperschmidt. It's kind of hanging back right now. Just ask for a breather. So Potter's going to take over, but this shot sails wide.
Busted play there that resulted in a near goal. I mean, a couple bad touches, but then a great pass into the box, and Potter runs onto it. Just puts it a little bit wide. Lex is just getting whatever they want offensively right now. See a little bit of contact here at the end. I just think they run into each other. Potter gets a clean shot off, and Tyler Daniels goes down. And it's a little slow to get up. Had a tough injury earlier. He's back in the game. He's battling right now. He's a little bit of pain, it looks like, but wants to be out here and be a part of this.
Warriors making some substitutions, obviously exerting a little bit more energy everywhere out on the field. Just 10 guys right now for them throughout the entire duration of the second half.
Good battle in the middle of the field. Two guys just working hard, trying to win the ball, regain possession. Oh, there's another buildup. Lex is just loading up on offense right now. Ontario is just kind of struggling to keep the ball, and once Lex gets it, they pick their head up. There's going to be gaps forward.
Yeah, the Minutemen are hungry, and they're hanging guys back too, so it's really just a few guys that are getting involved on the offensive end.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, he's caught a foul in Lexington. Man, they're both just kind of battling and jumping around there. Maybe the first foul was there. He gave it to Lexington, or on Lexington. Ontario free kick. Good spot here. They obviously got some ability to score from here. Game is not over yet, but you're going to need to start scoring here to get back in this game.
Yeah, no question. You got to capitalize on just about every major opportunity that you get to uncover yourself buried in a 3-goal deficit, and this might help.
Well, there's a lot of contact there. Referee's going to let it go. It is going to be an Ontario goal. You can see Coach Tim is having a conversation with the official right now. Just ran right into Weaver, took him out of the play, wasn't able to make the save. Every Lexington player has a word for the referee about it.
And Garrett Weaver's actually still down.
Yeah, here's the replay right now. He's going to play it in. You can see Weaver's going to come out. Yeah, that's definitely a foul. He makes no play on the ball, just clears Weaver out. Referee's going to check with the line. I can't imagine they're going to overturn this goal at this point, although it is a foul. But I don't think they're going to work backwards. I don't think the linesman's going to be able to tell him. Oh, maybe. I might be wrong. We'll see.
Oh, wow. They are going to wipe it out. And, you know, it is the right call. You're right. But at the same time, they slow-rolled it.
They did. She didn't here's what Coach McClellan is going to be upset about. She didn't signal that. She never called for that foul. She never waved a flag or anything like that. The referee conferred with her.
And now she's changed her mind again, it appears.
This is not going to go well. What's happening right now?
I don't know.
Ontario left that huddle celebrating.
Yep.
Wait. Oh, this is a mess. This is an absolute mess. The goal counted.
You give it.
Was taken away.
Take it away.
And is now counted again.
Right back.
I don't know what to say at this point, because I think to overturn it was the right decision. Took a lot of guts to do. I have no idea how you overturn the overturned call. This makes no sense to me. I mean, everybody's upset. There's not a single person happy. Even though this goal is going to count for Ontario, nobody is happy about it. Just the way this has played out, this has been a mess. I don't know what you tell Coach Tim at this point either. I mean, the conversation is clear. She obviously saw a foul. They took the goal back. But then what brings the goal back after you take it away? I've never seen that before, where the referee didn't signal for a foul. They conferred and then actually brought it back. And then in a different conversation, they brought the goal back again. This is absolutely insane right now.
Well, it creates a little bit more drama for us on the broadcast.
This is purely a ratings move at this point. Tune in right now.
We'll
the game
take
is
it.
closer.
I think we just got 8 more viewers because of this.
The sideline referee is an employee of the OH Report, just getting the viewers up.
So we're going to credit the goal to Johnson there. I don't think anybody ever touched it.
Yeah, certainly Weaver definitely got hit in the middle of it. There's another conversation, and rightfully so. He's got to have a lot of conversation. I would like to know. We should mic the referee, because I have a lot of questions about what's being said in all these side conversations tonight. This one specifically, I understand if they allowed the goal, hey, it happens. If they went back and took the goal away, that makes sense to me too. It's the third step of when you brought the goal back after not allowing the goal from the same referee who brought. I can't understand what's going on right now.
There's a lot to unpack from these last couple of minutes.
I'm going to need the fifth referee to come move me to a different section just to understand what's going on.
But it seems like Coach Tim's actually taking it pretty well. He's still got a 2-goal advantage.
Yeah.
Couple of thumbs up, so he's feeling all right.
This game has just had a lot of interesting kind of twists and turns. Outside of the fact it's two really good soccer teams, there's also just some unnecessary and interesting drama. It is going to be another Ontario free kick. Certainly eyes will be on the keeper this time. You can see a bit of a foul here. Obviously, it's the right call. A little clip at the end. No question here. Just gets him. Yeah, caught him in the leg. Nothing with the ball. So Ontario free kick. 20 minutes on the clock. Down 4-2. Plays a low ball right at the feet of Lexington.
Yeah, it's Potter, and he's just going to shift it into space. Let his dude Depperschmidt do what he do.
The crowd is frantic right now. Just so much going on.
Oh, wow.
That's well defended. That is a tough angle. He stayed in front the whole time, defended it well. Ontario goes down so easy and gets the call. There's a lot going on in this game right now.
10th penalty against Lexington here tonight. 6 of those here in the first 20 minutes of the second half.
Well, the execution of Ontario has been sloppy here. It's 2 free kicks. One they put right at the feet of Lexington, and they're countering attacking just seconds later. This one, their guy wasn't ready for a quick play and plays it wide to keep possession, but certainly you're looking for more than that off a free kick. Boy, as a player, this would be tough to keep your composure in this setting. There's enough antics and other things going on in the game. A lot of fouls, a lot of contact, a lot of confusion, a lot of yelling. It takes a really disciplined player to just remain disciplined and composed in this setting. You know, the atmosphere is incredible. Everyone knows what's at stake, but there's just a lot going on in this game right now. Good turn on the sideline.
Johnson's going to keep it in.
Poked away nicely by Turlow. It's well defended. Johnson so skilled with his feet. I think Potter might be running out of gas finally. He's been running hard. He's just a tough physical runner. It was the first time I saw him slow up in his approach on the ball.
That one's going to be headed out of play. Warriors going to have a throw-in on the way. Young to serve it up. And now just trailing by 2 goals.
A lot of contact there.
Yeah, so many collisions, and some of it's a little bit of flopping, but I think a lot of it's just good hard contact and guys really losing their balance.
Both teams are pretty physical. There's Depperschmidt. He's going to be in again, one-on-one. Abdelaziz comes out.
Had to.
Oh, wow, he doesn't go down again. He just, oh my, that's brave. That is brave right there, just to sit down and grab it like that. Depperschmidt's so fast and so skilled, you expect him to get around. Turlow does nicely defensively there. Big tackle in the middle. Turlow's done some nice things in the middle.
Yeah, Carter Weaver tried to pull a fast one on the officiating crew, come out and throw it in. It's definitely a Minutemen throw.
It looks like Depperschmidt's going to get a break here. He's been running like crazy. He's been sensational up front. A lot of good things. Almost threw the ball to him as he was subbing off the field. That's how good he's been. You just want him to get touches. Well, you got to catch your breath there. Get some water, relax for a minute. That's been quite a game for him so far.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Read nicely by Johnson there. Kind of sat back and just anticipated that pass. When Johnson's getting the ball wide, he's doing some good things. Turlow's defended him well, and it's just trying to find that space. And there he's got the ball wide. Let's see what he can create. That's not quite Ontario's style. That big ball into the box from there. They've been so efficient at getting the ball wide and attacking from that area. That big ball in the box isn't quite their forte.
They got the guy that can go after it and get a header, but they haven't got enough of it. Unsuccessfully, I think they've attempted that probably about 3 times here. But they just got to get a little bit more juice behind it.
Yeah, they're playing behind their guy who can get the header. So Lexington's able to step in and win every time. That's a difficult ball to play. I mean, you're covering a lot of ground, and yeah, it has to be the right height as well. As a young player, that can be difficult. Certainly, Johnson's got the ability, but that's a tough ball to keep hitting consistently.
Slide tackle from behind Stewart. Now Johnson's going to have to backtrack.
Yeah, I just don't think it's effective, especially against a team the likes of Lexington who can defend in the middle so well, especially out of the air. I think you really got to build up wide, attack from that way, kind of move those defenders around. Lexington can sit in right now. They know that ball's coming. There's just a big ball away. It's pretty predictable at this point that they just get the ball wide and they're playing the early cross in, and Lex has just got their positioning right that they're not getting beat with it. 15 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the second half. A lot of soccer left to be played. Ontario certainly, they've done better with possession. It's just been this final ball in the attacking third. Right on cue, they give the ball away at midfield. They've done better, though, with possession, getting in the attacking area. It's just the style of ball that they're playing into. It is probably not their most dangerous style. And they can score in a variety of ways, but I think that when they get the ball wide, they've got the space to operate wide and down the wings, and their players are so skilled on the inline. Look at Gage, Johnson, Frankhouse. They've not had a lot of touches deep in the attacking area. They're getting the ball right around the 40 of the football line and having to play it from there.
Looks like Ontario's moving some numbers up, trying to get more people involved here on the offensive end.
Yeah, you have to at this point. You got to score 2 to get back in the game, and Depperschmidt's out of the game right now, so you get a little bit of a luxury there. I mean, Potter's still in. He's just such a hard runner.
Yeah, Depperschmidt actually sitting down on the bench. Need to take a little load off of those legs.
Yeah, I mean, he's on breakaways every other play, so he covered a lot of ground tonight. If he had the Fitbit on, he's got quite a few steps in tonight. Or Apple Watch or whatever method you might use.
Good-looking ball to Potter. Freight train barrels through Daniels.
Well, I don't know about that foul. That's a good idea. If you're going to watch it here, I think Potter initiates the contact. They both go down. Potter's a physical player, so you just expect there to be contact with him, but referee's given the free kick to Lexington. Ontario had some questions about it as well. I mean, that's kind of one of those bang-bang plays. Both players running. Neither player touches the ball, and so Turlow, that was nearly a mishit goal there by Turlow. Went for the early ball in and mishits a little bit, but goes right at the front corner.
Fourth shot on target in the second half for Lexington. Depperschmidt's been able to put a couple away. They've got him on the bench right now. So the Minutemen looking to feed the offense in a new method.
I didn't see the contact. I thought he slipped, but referee was right there. There must have been some contact on the feet. I didn't see it. You can see, you can watch closely. I thought he slipped. Does he get to catch the foot a little? Yes, he does. Good call by the official.
Stepped on his toe, perhaps.
I thought he just slipped off the ball a little bit, but yeah, he definitely caught the foot. And I know players or parents will often yell it's not a foul, but if you're running full speed and you get clipped in the ankle, that's enough to take you down or kind of adjust your positioning a little bit, and that is a foul. Good call by the official. Right place, right time to make the call. Ooh, he's unmarked on the backside.
Shot deflected. Potter barrels his way through.
I think that's Lucas Starling.
Oh, that's right. Starling up top.
I did the same earlier. I called him the wrong. They have a similar build and similar style. Kind of that freight train front two there when Depperschmidt's out. I mean, Depperschmidt's kind of not that Potter's not fast, but Depperschmidt's just so fast and quick. Potter and Lucas are just run so hard and run at people.
Warriors looking to get it out of their territory, but it's going to be deflected. Ball up for grabs. Daniels with a bit of a push.
Wait. Calls the foul on Lexington. And a card as well. I think the card is going to be for that shot. The referee clearly blew the whistle. It's going to be a delay of game. It's that type of game. That's probably the right call. I mean, that wastes 10 to 15 seconds off the clock. You watch here. He's going to call. I don't know what the foul was. I mean, maybe Turlo grabbed him at the end. The whistle definitely been blown. He plays the ball away. I mean, he puts it in the net, but that's the right call. I mean, it's the right card. It's a delay of game.
5 cards here tonight.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of red cards when we do the games here. So an early red card, which really opened the game up, and then there's kind of been a lot of yellows here in the second. Probably most of it been the right call, the right card. But it's certainly a lot.
Boy, they're really trying to feed Weaver up top and just are not able to get him the ball. I don't know that he's touched it in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I don't think his mobility is quite 100%. When you watch him, he's not quite the same off the ball. He's normally really tough to defend off the ball. And I think that whatever happened at the beginning of the game, it should be a foul. Yeah, there it is. I don't know what Lex is yelling about. It's clearly a foul. He clearly kicked him, and the referee's just seeing if there's advantage there. But going back to Weaver, it's just his mobility off the ball. You know, even on the balls they're playing in now, which are short, he's not really challenging for him. He's just kind of sitting back, waiting. I think part of it's frustration. Your team has kind of underperformed in a big game up until this point. And then part of it might be just the physical ability right now. He was struggling to run and cut early when he was off, just kind of trying to get back in the game. So he might not have kind of the ability that he normally does.
It also seems like Lexington, they're kind of marking about 2 guys on him every time he approaches the 18, so they're keeping an eye.
Yeah, there's no secret to Ontario's attack. I mean, he's obviously probably the number 1 target. What we've seen them do before is that they're able to score in other ways, but right now it's just they're just playing that ball into the box, trying to find him. And
there it is again.
You're right, and yeah, you're right. Lex has got 2 defenders right there. Now, not only that, they're going the other way. Now they played it away as well.
Yeah, it's felt like deja vu offensively for Ontario a lot of times here. In the last 15 minutes or so, they're shooting it from about the same spot here on the near side, Jesse, and they just cannot get enough pace behind it to really give Gage an opportunity to run under it and use his big physical structure to get ahead on it. They haven't found him.
You're absolutely right. And what I'd like to see and what they've usually done so well is when they get the ball wide with Gage Johnson and maybe a second midfielder or striker is the kind of little combination play that sets Gage free in the corner. He can attack the end line then, and he's so skilled, so smart with the ball. A lot of fun plays happen there. Oh, he's going to let that go. Lexington faithful didn't love that, but also Ontario's going to play it nearly out of bounds on the other side of the field. Just the decision-making with the ball has not been the normal for Ontario. Credit to Lexington's defense, absolutely. Their positioning has been good. Their effort's been good. Ontario's decision-making has not been good. And now Lexington on another breakaway. 2 on the keeper here. Let's see what he does.
It's going to be a shot deflected by Abdelaziz. Well played.
You can look at Gage Potter. He says, if you just touch this ball anywhere towards me, we're up 5-2 right now, buddy.
It was Andrew Larry that was trying to get into the scoring column.
Yeah, I mean, his run is right. His skill, his speed is right. It's this final play. Abdelaziz comes out. Potter's sitting in front of the goal with an open goal.
Yeah, you're right. That would have been the move that time for sure.
Yeah, you don't mind the shot, but a guaranteed goal, an open goal for your striker in the middle, you just take the assist and you live to play another day. But they've got a 2-goal cushion, so the decision's not that crucial yet.
See if Ontario can kind of turn the screws on them, make them uncomfortable with more scoring chances, though they have not been able to develop any type of real authentic threat in recent history.
Oh, what a ball by Potter.
Yeah, it was.
Space.
Wow.
Got another, drills it, absolute rocket, 22 yards away, picks his head up, left-footed strike, and it is a 5-2 Lexington lead right now. Who would have saw this coming?
Jackson Husty, his 12th goal of the season, 3rd best on the squad behind the 2 stars, and cheering on their team. They know they're headed back to regionals.
Yeah, what an absolute rocket there. And Gage Potter checking out the game. What an incredible effort for him tonight. I mean, scores that first goal early in the match, and then just his presence, his pressure all over the field, just created the second goal, and maybe even a little bit on that goal as well. The build-up for Lexington has been superb. The front two, Depperschmidt, Potter, have been terrific tonight. What a stage to put on a performance like this.
And how about the Purple Haze showing out? I think that you were right in your assessment. There's more Minutemen fans in the stand here. They're being loud, they're being noisy, and enjoying what they're seeing right now. 3-goal cushion and just 8 minutes to go.
This is he doesn't handle his touch. That's the play you'd like to see. Gage Johnson gets it there, and he makes an overlapping run, and he's got the space to go forward, but just missed that touch a little bit there. I think it's a smart move by Coach Tim just to get Potter and Depperschmidt out of the game. I mean, they have just been cruising up front. Great game. I'm sure they want to keep scoring, but they're going to have another game to keep scoring. And at this point, you just keep the cards away, keep the fouls away, just let them enjoy it there. And, you know, you've got some competitors that want to be in the game, but they've done their job so far tonight.
Yeah, you know, share some of the shine with some other guys.
Yeah, because they're getting in on the breakaway just about every possession. So multiple guys have got through on the breakaway and been able to run at the goal a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like perhaps a little bit of fatigue setting in here for Ontario. Plus, you know, down a guy, trying to get numbers forward, create a little bit more offense. Just it's been a really challenging situation for them throughout this entire second half. They've battled, looks pretty solid, but just against a team like this, ooh, tough sledding, and Minutemen doing their thing.
Yeah, Lex has been really impressive tonight. I mean, we've seen him play a couple of times, and you know, we've always known how good they were defensively, but they've found their groove offensively, and now they're this complete team, and really just it was a fun game to watch tonight. There's Weaver just kind of hanging up with the ball a little bit, just making sure.
Rain starting to come down here as 6.5 minutes shows on the clock.
There's a big clearance by Ontario. Still not able to hold that up there. Lex has just been so stout defensively. Winning tackles, positioning's been great, pressure's been great. Just have done everything they needed to do defensively. Looks like Brody Eric is set to check in for the Minutemen in just a second. And Gage Potter will be returning, and also an illegal throw, I think we've just been called. That's tough to see at this stage of the game. It's going to be a Lex throw, and now Lex will be able to sub in here. So Brody Eric making his debut in the game tonight. Gage Potter making his return. I have to admit, I'm a little surprised to see that.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to move back. More of a defensive role for Gage. Help solidify this unit that has been so good, so dominant coming into tonight. Had only given up 1 goal in tournament play. Outscored their postseason foes 35-1 heading into this contest. So Lexington, easily this has been their toughest challenge of the playoffs.
Brody Eric steps in. Nice win, nice ball. Not handled by number 12 for Lexington, but good couple of minutes there for Brody.
Frankhouse looks like he's going to catch the edge. We'll see if he's able to get a cross off. Brings it back in. Does drive it in low. And now cleared by Lex.
Yeah, Lex has got a lot of sophomores here. That's just a super talented and young class. I mean, there's some skill and some ability on this Lexington team that's going to be around for a while. For Ontario, this is kind of the year they were looking forward to. They got a lot of talent. A lot of seniors going to be graduating. Kind of, you know, they've got some young guys as well. They got a terrific JV program as well. So they're going to be.
Oh, great build, and second goal of the night for Weaver. He's down, he's exhausted, he's beat up, but still fighting till the end.
Yeah, that's the play. You know, we're 75 minutes into the match. I think it's the first time I've seen Ontario come across the end line and lay the ball off. They've scored a lot of goals doing that in earlier games. That's the first time I've seen it tonight. I mean, that's their strategy. I just think it's maybe a little too much too late at this point.
First time all season that the Minutemen have surrendered more than 2 goals in a match.
I don't think anybody predicted kind of an 8-goal total tonight. Either way, however you're going to write the scoreline, I don't think anybody saw 8 goals coming in this performance.
Certainly expected more offense than the first match, the 0-0 draw.
that's
no
a
question.
Fair point. To go from 0-0 to 5-3 and maybe then some still. We still got a couple minutes to play at this rate. You never know.
Yeah, I'd say that I kind of foresaw in my brain this being like a 3-2 kind of a match, well played, hard fought to the end. And I think just the way that it unfolded right from the jump, Jesse, this match came out with the popcorn just boiling over the top, goals in the first 15 seconds, star players going down, other guys banging heads with each other. There was just a lot to digest there from the first beginning of the game, and I think it just kind of spun it on its head, and it's made it for this unique style that we've seen with the red card too. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think the key part of all of that is that opening possession. If I'm not mistaken, I think Ontario had the kickoff.
They did.
And Lexington scored in the first 17 seconds. I mean, you can't script that any better than that. I mean, I don't know if it's physically possible to win the ball and score if you're not just shooting it right away. I mean, that's such a dream start, and I don't know that Ontario ever really recovered from that. I think it caught them by surprise so much, so fast, and that it just, they had to play on their heels the rest of the night. And then another goal, and then a red card, and then, it just kind of kept piling on for Ontario. What is the referee called? It was a Lex throw, and he's bringing something back. I didn't see what it was. I don't think it was another illegal throw, but it's going to be an Ontario throw now nonetheless. The rain is pouring down now. Oh, what a ball in. What a touch. Abdelaziz played it right, though. Oh, the referee's giving a PK. A yellow card and a PK with 2.5 to go. Oh, man. Well, watch on the replay here. Oh, there's definitely contact. I think Abdelaziz has the ball. I mean, he gets him with a little bit of a hip check. If this game is closer, I know the game, I mean, it's 2 goals, 2.5 minutes. I just feel that's probably not PK worthy. So I don't know where the referee's going at this point. He's going to go confer with a linesman who's on the complete other side of the field. I don't know what warrants a conversation there, but to each their own style, I guess.
And it's going to set up Andrew Laurie with an opportunity here to extend this Minutemen lead.
It's going to be a minute. I think he's still got to write the card down. I really don't know what the conversation was about. This referee has no plans tonight after the game, I can tell you that. He's taking his sweet time on everything, conversing with everyone. I think he's called most of the calls right. It's just been an interesting kind of layout of the game. There's a water bottle in the goal now. The water bottle's still in the goal now. The referee's going to move it. It's just been quite an evening. 2 quality teams, a lot of extra stuff going on tonight. And in 6-3, 2.5 minutes to go. What a scoreline, what a game, what a night here at the Colt Corral.
And it looks like it's going to finish up with Lexington making the regionals for the 6th time in the last 8 seasons. What a run of dominance they have had here in Division II in North Central Ohio. It's been a real treat to watch just how effective and dominant they've been. 17 wins last year. They get all the way to the regional finals. 2019, probably the most storied season in program history. 21 wins program record. They get to the state Final Four. Regional semis the year before. And then Ontario, the last time they were able to defeat Lex in that district final back in 2017.
Yeah, what an evening. What a lot of stuff just going on. I mean, the soccer has been good. Obviously certainly favoring Lexington tonight. But, I mean, it's 2 quality teams have just been out here battling. And a lot of other things to talk about. Red cards, PKs, quite a few yellow cards. But, I mean, there's 2 quality teams out here. I think if you take the over-under on there be 5 goals in the game tonight, you'd always take the under, I think, in a setting like this. But we're at 9 goals right now, and there's still a minute 40 left to play. There's a chance we get more. Here comes another card. At this point, I don't know who has a yellow card and who does not.
I think half of Ontario's team has one.
Well, he did. That's what I was
wow.
concerned about. See, he had one, and that's going to be a red because it's a second yellow. That's what it was. This is just kind of a mess right now for Ontario. I mean, such a good team to kind of go out like this is kind of kind of unfortunate for them. I mean, they've done a lot this year. They've had some great accolades, some great teams, some great results, but it has just been a tough night tonight.
And that's going to be the final moments for Trevor Maglet as he's ushered off of the field. Second red card here for Ontario. They are down to 9. And if the Minutemen want to with a $142, boy, they can really press some numbers forward and make it tough on the Warriors. Try to get one more.
Yeah, Lexington will move on to play the winner of Bishop Watterson and Granville, who they matched up earlier in the year with. Bishop Watterson's a great team, and they've always, year in and year out, got a lot of quality players. There's more conversation with the referee as I was checking to see the next game. So Bishop Watterson and Granville are playing Saturday night. So Lex will have to wait to see the winner of that to advance, I believe. Just a lot of referee conversation tonight. I think the actual refereeing has been correct. I mean, he's made most of the right calls. It's just the conversing after every call and every incident, and of course that bringing the goal back and then taking. I don't even know what happened. I can't even describe it. It's so chaotic.
More conversations. I mean, 2020 was hard on all of us. You know, we're back out here. We're able to talk.
Right,
it's great.
Blame it on COVID. It's the COVID conversations right now.
They don't want this 142 to melt away, Jesse.
It's a remarkable time for all of us. Gage Potter is going to be on the ball. At some point, we're going to take a free kick here. You know, Ontario, I think, is down to 9 players. A couple of them have yellows. It's a good ball in the box. I might have beat him. Well, I was a little farther away than I thought, but good build-up, good approach. Abdelaziz going to have a goal kick. Minute 35 to go. Free kick just keeps it interesting. There's no guarantees that we haven't seen the last goal yet. We're at 9 right now. I mean, the way these teams are playing. And the referee is going to bring the goal kick back because why not? Why not just let them play? And I think Ontario was subbing, actually. And
yeah, they were. And then they were like, you know what, never mind. Let's just get this thing over with.
This game has just been a little different in terms of starts and restarts and things like that.
It has had a few different components to it that just haven't really got to see so far this season. Now under 1 minute to play, our producer is exhausted. You know, there's been a lot going on here. So many yellow cards. Easily the most that I've seen in a match this season. 6 total. 2 red cards. A lot of penalties.
37 referee conversations. That's going to be on our stat sheet from now on. How many times did the refs converse about calls that were made?
This would have to be a season high.
Yeah, absolutely. A career high, I'm sure. It's quite a night. Quite a night. In the mix of all this, we have 2 great teams who have been battling out. I mean, there's no doubt Ontario's, it's not an effort thing. They were certainly working hard. It's just kind of the way it happens sometime. You know, that early goal, I think, really just kind of hurt them and had to battle back and kind of climb uphill the whole time. Plays like this never end well, but there it is. It's going to be a Lex throwing with under 10 to go. That should be it.
Yeah, they'll get the last throw into the field of play, and with that last second ticking off, it's final, folks. Lexington moving back on to the round of regionals. District champions yet again for the 4th straight season. What a run for Peter Tim and his guys. What a team they've put together this season. They've progressively gotten better, it seems like, week to week to week. Such a challenging beginning of the year. Offense was a struggle for them, playing against some quality opponents. And boy, have they turned the corner, reaping the rewards right now.
Yeah. Here's what I'd like to see, though. As much as we talked about hard fouls, physicality, referee decisions, all that, the game's over and they're back to being teammates, friends, whatever it might be. They understand the bigness of the rivalry, the bigness of the game. But when the whistle blows to end the game, it's done. And these guys they're good enough soccer players, respect each other enough that they know it's done right now. They can go, they can celebrate with each other, they can encourage Ontario, they can congratulate everybody. You love to see the sportsmanship right here to kind of wrap up the night. In the midst of everything else we've seen tonight, it's good to see it end like this.
There is going to be a trophy presentation. So I believe we're going to keep the action here. Actually, it looks like they're going to be sorting that out for a couple of minutes. So we will take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our Charter Next Gen post-game show that's going to include an interview with our MVP as well as the award presentation. So keep it here. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today? Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why
not
podcast.
Pigskin?
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Welcome to the Charter Next Gen Postgame, where Ontario district runners-up this season. Fantastic campaign for them, 13 victories. They're out there receiving their medals from their principal, Chris Smith. And I really liked a lot from what we saw from Ontario considering the circumstances tonight, Jesse. The red card early in the match, they were down to 10 guys, down to 9 for the last few minutes, and they never surrendered, never gave up. They actually scored the most goals all season that anybody's put up against the Minutemen. You know, this was a worthy district runner-up.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the disappointment on the faces now. I mean, they saw this game going differently tonight. You know, when we talked to their players, they had aspirations of regionals and state semis and state, you know, all the big things. But in order to do that, you got to take it one game at a time. And just, you know, this game just did not go their way from the very opening whistle. You know, 17 seconds into the game, and they're already down 1-0 against a top-tier defensive team. There is a lot of talent on that Ontario team, and they are a super talented team. You know, it just kind of didn't go their way tonight.
So there's Abdelaziz, going to be the last player to receive a medal. Now the coaching staff. And it's been a nice run here, too, for Ontario, a school that was not looked at as a boys' soccer power, Jesse, until about the last 5 years. 13 wins this year, 11 last, 10 the season before, a dozen before that, 15 in their best year ever, where they went on to the regionals. So Chris McClenathan and his guys, they've really done a solid, sharp job of building a program, and they're on the cusp of being one of the elite programs, they certainly are in North Central Ohio. Just unfortunately for them, they play in a district against just a little bit better squad.
Yeah, you're right. What they've done at Ontario is absolutely remarkable. You look at the strength of schedule that they have now. They're playing the top teams in Division 1, 2, and 3 in the state of Ohio. They're competing. They beefed up their schedule so much to be so much better. I mean, that was their whole purpose. Is they want to be better. They want to be the premier team in our area. And they are. They're right there with Lexington. Obviously, it's an interesting turnaround when you look at the scoreline you mentioned earlier. 0-0 the first time they met.
Yeah.
6-3 the second time they met.
Right.
It just, I think if they play again, who knows what the scoreline could be. I think Ontario's capable of beating Lexington. Not tonight, not the way the game went. But, they've got talent. They certainly have some talented players. And, they've done a great job of building this program into something truly special for Ontario.
Now the Minutemen are going to line up and get those individual medals as the district champions.
I've been on both sides of these lines here. When you're Ontario right now, this is one of the toughest things to do, is to watch someone else receive the rewards that you wanted. I can remember my senior year, we lost in the state semis, and to sit there and watch someone else receive the trophy that we thought we were deserving of. It is a tough thing for Ontario to be able to just kind of watch, and you have the talent to do it, you have the ability to do it. It didn't happen tonight, and so you rebuild, you reload, you go again, and you do it next year. But it's tough. In this moment right now, it's just tough.
And then joy on the other side, of course, for Lexington, knowing that they still have at least one more game ahead of them. Going to be playing in the round of regionals, third straight year. So close a season ago when they lost in overtime to Lima Shawnee in the regional championship game after going to the Final Four the year before. So this is a program that's proven that they're amongst the best in the state in Division II. That's why they're district champions yet again. Peter Tem gets them here every single year, and they seem to get out of here just about every time too, Jesse.
Yeah, not too bad in your rebuilding year to come in here and
right.
beat a team like Ontario tonight and beat them handily, and just to be so dominant in your rebuilding year. And I say that somewhat facetiously, just knowing that the talent they lost last year, and everybody kind of thought this would be a down year for Lexington. Well, that down year still resulted in at least a district championship, if not more, and the talent's still there. They lost talent, obviously, last year, but there is a lot of talented players on the Lexington team, and they showed it tonight.
There's just such a high expectation from the coaching staff and a high demand. These players from the youth system, as you know, a lot better than most in the area. There's a lot of kids out there playing boys soccer for Lexington at the younger levels, and that when they get their chances, I think that this team is a perfect example of that. Some of these guys, you didn't know if they were going to be key contributors. Well, they put in the work, and here it is. District champs about to get the big trophy.
Yeah, winning is a great tradition to follow. And so when you have a program from the top down and the boys are winning at this level consistently, all of a sudden that's the expectation. That becomes the reality, and that's just what the program does. You just get known for winning, and that's where they're at right now with this Lexington program. Just a lot of talented players, a lot of talented individuals, and just a terrific team out there tonight.
Here's some of the senior members. Always love seeing that. Just a big pile of guys jumping around for joy. Doesn't get much better than that moment right there for these guys, except for maybe hoisting one of those at the next level and then the next level. But beating your rivals again in this game to move on to the regionals. Boy, what exciting times here for the Lexington Minutemen. Let's check out the final stats of the night to show you guys how it all kind of played out on the field. And I think these stats are our halftime stats. So let's give us a quick second to update these. There we go. And domination in terms of the offensive output for Lexington, and you mentioned at halftime that even though they didn't have shots, they had some really good builds to guys that almost got shots too. It just felt like there were many opportunities for the Minutemen to do work offensively. That's why they got 6 goals, and you felt like they could have had more.
You're right. That's the key part. Is they did come away with 6 goals, which is impressive in its own right. But I can think of 3 or 4 plays where, man, they probably should have scored that one too.
Sure.
And so I just thought their domination tonight was just really incredible. I thought they defended so well, which allowed them to go and attack so freely. And then obviously, just some things happened that were very fortunate for them to take the opening kickoff from the other team and score in the first 17 seconds. That's huge. They get a red card on the opposing defender there. That's huge. I mean, the momentum shifts for Lexington were just so key and so impactful, and they capitalized. They were so opportunistic tonight with the momentum they received and just kind of the way the game played out for them.
Ontario never quit, but at the same time, it almost felt like they were buried, like in the first 15 minutes of the match, where it just felt like it was almost impossible to overcome all the turmoil, the tough circumstances, and they weren't able to. When you're down one player, especially against a really good team, come on, man, like that's a lot to ask.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But they still battled. You're absolutely right, because it was, at one point in this game it was 2-1,
right?
And you thought the momentum maybe was swinging towards the Ontario side. They scored. They were starting to get the ball a little bit, and then then Lex just kind of opened the game up after that. And I thought once it got to be 3-1, I thought that we could be done seeing goals, and I was not right. I was not right.
Yeah, Depperschmidt made it a whole 30 seconds before the next one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Depperschmidt tonight was just absolutely fantastic. I mean, his speed is one thing, his skill, his touch, but then his finishing ability tonight. Oh, man, just some incredible finishes tonight. Early left-footed corner. The one where he gets the ball in the box going towards the student section down there. That finish in the top right corner,
amazing,
unorthodox. So skilled. I thought for sure he was going to go bottom left. He went top right, just past the keeper, just inside the post. Terrific goal.
And that's why the junior midfielder is going to be our Charter Next Gen Player of the Game. We're going to line up an interview with him along with the head coach, Peter Tem, who, hey, they're out there celebrating. They're getting their picture taken in the net, rightfully so, pointing out the camera. They know that we're in there, showing the viewers at home what it looks like down on the field. And, man, so much excitement as they get to move on to the next level. And who knows how far this team can go.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the type of team that, the more I watch them, the more I'm impressed with them. And when you're so good defensively, it allows you to be in games and you can make mistakes, you can miss your opportunities, because defensively you're going to kind of get bailed out. And I think that's the type of mentality this Lexington has. They're just going to defend really well, and then eventually the goals will come at the beginning of the season. And now they defend really well, and now they know how to score goals. And that's just a dangerous team to have. So it's going to be fun to watch where they match up with Granville, who I think they played earlier in the year, or Bishop Watterson, who I don't believe they played, but is a pretty good program. I've not seen them play yet this year, but they traditionally have some good teams.
We're going to take one last commercial break, allow for Peter and then Alex to make their way up here into the press box, and we'll be back. Interviews with the winners on the way.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
We are now back with our charter Next Gen Player of the Game, Alex Depperschmidt. Huge hat trick tonight, leading to a district championship. Tell me about the celebration and just what it means to you to not only win, you knock off your rival in Ontario, and you're moving on to the next round.
Yeah, it feels great. You know, coaches had a great game plan coming in. We were just able to execute it and win.
We talked a few times during the match about the fact that this was supposed to be a rebuilding year for Lexington. You lose so much great talent. What, in your opinion, has led to you guys having so much success that this is arguably one of the best seasons in program history already?
You know, it's awesome. We had so many great players last year that left behind a lot of information for us to kind of build off of. You know, Ryan and all them obviously gave us a lot of guidance to where we should be this year. So it's great to have those guys and do as good as we did this year.
Yeah, I am a fan of good goals, and so I love a lot of your goals tonight. I thought your first one low in the corner was great, but I got some questions about the one on this end down here. I thought for sure you cleared the corner, you're going to go bottom left. You went top right, bend it around the post. That's by design, I'm assuming, right? That's what you chose to do?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. So just talk us through it. I mean, the build-up was great. The ball into you was great. Your finish was fantastic. Intentional or not, I don't know. What were you thinking? What were you looking for there?
Well, Dan put a good ball in, so I was trying to. I heard Gage say top of 6, so I turned to play it, and it kind of caught the top of my shin guard and went in. So
it was a pass all along?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you didn't have to confess that. I appreciate your honesty, but it ended up looking really good on the film, just so you know. So.
And then you ended up scoring 30 seconds later after that. Just at that point in the game, it kind of felt like Ontario was hanging around, keeping it close, those back-to-back goals. Did it feel like that was like a relief off of your shoulders?
Definitely, yeah. We kind of were sitting a little deep, especially after our first goal, and it felt really good, you know, go 2 up, and felt like we had control of the game, so, yeah.
How important and surprised were you that you scored 17 seconds into the match?
It's crazy because that happened to us last year, so
yeah.
It's crazy. It gave us a lot of set the tempo for the game, gave us the idea of where we wanted to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought your play tonight was absolutely fantastic. And let's talk about kind of the future for you guys. You play the winner of, I believe, Granville and Bishop Watterson. When you guys met at the beginning of the year and you talked through the season goals and the team goals, and Brian alluded to so much talent that was lost from last year, what were your goals? What were the team goals for this year as you're looking at the beginning of the season to now? What's this team capable of?
Well, at the beginning of the year, our first goal is always OCC championship, which we accomplished, and then it's district championship, then regional, and state. So we're halfway there. So we just got to get through regionals and then on to state.
Excellent. Yeah, I thought you guys played really well tonight. You know, to think that the first time you guys played 0-0, the second time you played a total of 9 goals.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think your play tonight was fantastic. You just kind of set the game apart. I mean, you got in on the breakaways. Your build-up play was great. Your finishes was terrific too. I thought you played really well tonight. Good job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so you do feel like you have what it takes to keep checking the boxes, move on, maybe win a regional and get to that state Final Four?
Yeah, hopefully. That's always the goal, so hopefully we make it happen.
All right. Well, you had 3 of those goals tonight. Alex Depperschmidt, big hat trick. He's our charter Next Generation Player of the Game. Any shout-outs that you want to give to anybody who might be watching at home right now?
Just my parents, I guess, and that's my sister, so that's about it.
All right. Appreciate the time, Alex. Congratulations, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
So I believe that we have Peter 10 making his way up. I do see him in the bleachers. There he is. He's that little guy down at the bottom. Thank you, Alex.
Congratulations. Good game tonight. Good job. So that was Alex Depperschmidt. We were just talking to the Charter Next Gen Player of the Game. Absolutely fantastic tonight. I mean, the goals that he scored, even though he confessed to us that one of those goals was actually a pass, I was impressed. I thought he chose to go upper right around the keeper, and his confession said it was actually a pass. It was a mishit. You know, these strikers are getting to be pretty honest. We had the same thing.
What's up with this?
Yeah, Kyla Spencer, both of her goals, she said were lucky, and she's trying to get out of the way on one.
Right.
And he's saying he was trying to pass. I mean, just claim it. Just claim it. You're trying to shoot the ball, and you put it where you wanted to put it. And
I definitely would have. For a goal like that, as good as it looked, I was more impressed by that one than any other goal tonight, I think, outside of the one right away that just took us off guard. I don't even think we were prepared for that one and the way that they were able to ping-pong it back and forth. But his placement, where the keeper was, I mean, he had a very low % chance of making it happen there, Jesse. He was able to do it, and not even by design. I think that actually even makes it a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm more impressed or less impressed after that confession. I don't know.
All right, now we have Peter Tem up in the box with us, the winning head coach for Lexington.
Sorry.
And, Coach, obviously, you're starting to make a habit of this, winning these district championships, and I hear all the time that the feeling never goes away, the good juju and the vibes. How'd it feel out there, just raising that trophy and then getting in between the net for the big pictures?
No, it was good. 6 out of 8 is, I don't know, I can't put it into words right now. It feels good. It's about the boys in this program and, them buying in and doing what they need to do. And it's just impressive that we can just keep it rolling every year.
Well, we just had Alex up here, and he talked to us about his performance tonight. And, man, he really took me by surprise. Just, he's got good speed, but his shiftiness and how agile he is. Just how valuable of an asset has that kid been for you basically the entire season?
It makes me question my coaching ability, because last year we had him outside, and he's playing the left mid. And, he comes in this year, and we started him out there, and he's like, Coach, I need to go farther up the field. I need to go forward. And, he just started producing since we did that. I think he's, 17 and 14 or something now, 17 and 15, whatever it is, goals and assists. And so he's just had a phenomenal season. He's just done a nice job.
Well, he was a part of the first goal of the match. I looked down at you, and you just kind of had your hands on your head like, I don't know what just happened.
Right.
Take me through the first 17 seconds and what it looked like from your vantage point.
My first initial reaction was it's too soon. It's too fast. It's too early. We got 79 and a half to go still. And then it's the reaction of what we did last year. We gave up a goal, and then we got a call back for 79 and a half minutes. And so – getting that second one and punching that one and kind of eased everything a little bit. But, 18 seconds, I don't even know what just happened, honestly. I know he flicked it over and Gage runs through, but you don't expect it. You hope dream start, but it's just one of those things. So
You had to score 17 seconds off the opposing team's kickoff is
right.
It's an impressive stat. It's one thing if you have the ball, but to get the ball and get attacked there.
Right.
For you, I think the thing I keep thinking about, it's not bad for a rebuilding year, right? Everybody kind of labeled this, and you and I talked a little bit. It's different. You lost a lot of key contributors,
Absolutely.
but you still have a lot of talent. What's this team capable of, you think?
I think the biggest thing for us is there's no expectations, the last couple years, the talent was there and the pieces were all there, so everybody just kept looking at us, and the bullseye was very big. Graduating all those pieces and those guys moving on, nobody expected us to be back here, I think. I think inside our own circle we thought we were going to be pretty good. It just, could we put it all together? If somebody would have told me we were 8-8 at the end of the season, I probably would have been pretty happy, to be honest with you, just because of the schedule we were playing, and I didn't know if we had all the pieces of the puzzle to put together. And to come back and be, 14, 1-4, whatever we are now, it's phenomenal. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, and would you have ever, not that you're a gambling man, but if I said out, you over under on 5 goals total in the game tonight, would you ever have dreamed it's a 9-goal shootout?
I think I told Coach Potter on the way over here that if we scored 2 and we had to defend like heck, I think we would have been all right. And then to give up 3, we haven't given up 3 all season, and so. The defenders were kind of frustrated. I think Weaver was frustrated with us, and kind of some miscommunication. But we'll fix it. We'll go back to the drawing board, and hey, we get to live on and play another day.
Let's talk about one. I didn't want to bring it up,
right?
But I know you had a conversation with the referee.
Yeah.
The goal that they scored, then they took away.
Right.
And I understand both sides of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't signaled initially, and
right.
I get all that. But then to give it back.
Correct.
What did the referee tell you? What was the explanation for that?
I thought Weaver got taken out. He. And his explanation said that if the ball wouldn't have gone in the net, he would have called a PK on us. And so that was the conversation that he had with the assistant referee. And so there was some miscommunication between the two of them. That's why he called the goal off, because he thought he needed to go to the PK. And I was like, it still doesn't make any sense in the whole grand scheme of things. He basically said we took out our own goalie. That was his explanation. And I would agree to disagree in that situation.
We had the benefit of replay repeatedly there, and he definitely gets drilled by the Ontario player. But I couldn't understand. I got the first 2 steps. I got the third step. Okay, so he thought it should have been a PK. I guess I don't know at that point.
Yeah, it was just the conversation the two of them had was, I think he went to verify just to make sure there was nothing else there, and then through that conversation, he misunderstood her explanation. That's why he called it off and was going to go to the PK. And then she came back over and was like, hey, no, it was a goal.
You know, there's nothing else there. If you call the goal off, it's got to be the PK, and I think that's where some of the confusion was.
Okay.
And so
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and I didn't want to spend too much time on that, but
yeah,
curiosity got the best of me because I could not figure out what was being said and what happened there.
I still couldn't understand his explanation. You know,
yeah,
I was like, why would we take our own goalie out? We need him to stop the ball, and so that just doesn't make any sense. That's good coaching, you know. So
yeah, right. And you talked about no expectations with this team. You know,
right.
Obviously, you get the district championship, and Depperschmidt mentioned this was one of the goals: OCC's district championship, and then regionals.
Absolutely.
You know, what has to happen for this team to keep advancing? Where do you guys need to improve on, or build upon, or keep doing?
I think number one, we just got to stay healthy. Take care of ourselves. Take care of business at practice. You know. I tell them every day, eat, sleep, hydrate, make sure we do those things. And then from there, we'll put some scouting reports together, put the pieces together, and I think from there, it's our game to go get. And so if we go get it, then we're going to have a good time and we're going to go play, and then that team's got to beat us. Ontario needed to beat us tonight, and we weren't ready to be beat. So
Yeah, I think you guys have always been good defensively this year.
Right.
And you said poor coaching. I think it's a great coaching move. You listen to your player,
right.
And now you're putting up goals like crazy. One thing against some of the Sandusky Bay Conference teams, but now
Absolutely.
Put 6 on Ontario, who's
for sure.
They're a phenomenal team. So I think you guys are just peaking at the right time. The movement was good. You guys look really good tonight.
Yeah, I think we were a little more direct at times than we wanted to be, but that's what Ontario gave us, so we took what we needed to take. So.
Well, you guys certainly look sharp at every level and have throughout the tournament. So
thank you.
Continued good luck to you guys. Look forward to watching you as you move forward, and we'll see if you can't check another box off of the goal list and get that regional title.
Yeah, I was texting the Shawnee coach a little bit this morning, and I was like, hey, I hope you see you guys on Saturday, next Saturday. And, he was saying the same. And so, like I said, we'll get back to the drawing board, and hopefully we're there where we need to be.
Could be on another collision course in the regional final, huh?
Absolutely, yep.
All right, Peter Tem, head coach of the Minutemen, the district champion Minutemen for the 6th time in 8 years. Awesome. Crazy, man.
Sounds amazing.
All right, thanks for the time, Pete.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage here from the Clear Fork Corral, where once again, final score here, lots of goals tonight. 6 for Lexington, 3 for the Warriors. And don't forget, on Saturday, we will have more district championship action coming up for you. Ontario and Madison. 2 teams that have met to decide that Lexington district 4 years in a row. We're going to make it 5. Oh, and look at those guys. How about that photo, Jesse? District champions right there.
A lot of excitement, a lot of celebration. That was a hard fought. I mean, the game just went their way tonight, and Coach Tim kind of described it right. Ontario had to beat them, and when you get that early goal, it just changed the dynamic of the game, and Lex their game plan was terrific. They executed terrific. I mean, just a fun team to watch tonight.
Yeah, they are. Really impressed with what I saw from them, and we're going to get to see them move forward on to the round of regionals. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our coverage here tonight from the Clear Fork Corral. Want to thank our amazing crew, as always. Garrett Parlett was down on the field getting those sideline shots for you. Jory Hollenbeck up top. We had Adam Thompson producing here tonight. Want to thank our sponsors as well for helping you bring the action, including Mechanics Bank and Charter Next Generation Films, and finally, Frito-Lay. For Jesse Ryder, I'm Brian Skronsky. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on a live stream again tomorrow. Football action on a Friday night. So long for now.